finished just yet.
So I should probably spell it correctly.
Top floor to make sure that the same thing.
Okay, what are these drops I'm hearing about?
Time doesn't happen again,
Oh
but
God.
a sneaky walk-in. That's an opening pick early, but it does get traded back. Snake cleans it up, and now we find ourselves in a much more difficult situation.
View details.
Then we're gonna bring the man count back in favor of Uplink and
Drop campaigns. Capcan weapon
though,
skin.
doing work for himself. It's the read. He's gonna fall back down the hatch. A quad kill for Snake.
Go live watching watch a participating channel, including.
And what was a really excellent situation for
I like know nothing about this drop. I don't know how to get it. I don't know how to get it activated.
I mean, what are you gonna do about
It says
that?
the
You
people
walk up
connected
against
are
a
like
player
10
who's
guys
on
I've never
one of the
fucking
best
heard of.
teams. They've been playing
And then when I
some of
click
the best
more-
teams, and now he's putting up a
Like,
plus 10. And then he
how did I
does
miss
that,
this?
cleans
How do I
up
get
a
this?
4K in
How do these
about
guys have
30
it?
seconds, and now suddenly it's all up
Like,
to
how does
Davis,
Rowling have it?
who
These
does
people
have
aren't watching
good
Element 3.
utility available to him to actually try and isolate these players, because that's what it's going to be about. In
I don't know how to get this
isolating
drop.
individual picks to try.
I guess I
and
could
give
message
yourself
Ubisoft and
advantage, higher
ask.
fights, but it's still going to be just as difficult because Aerial
Twitch
Rise,
just
they're not
provides
slouches. They're
random
not gonna
people.
give up these isolations easily.
You sign up through the creators program? I've never opened the creators program in my life. Hold on.
Makes the call if there was a nade on this side.
Am I in it? I think I am.
Walking up to try and set up that crossfire.
I think I was asked if I wanted to be in it, and I think I said yes.
With crossfires being set in place, they don't want to give him those 1v1s that you talked about, which is, in all honesty,
Hold on, I'm logging in. We'll find out. Log
Log
in.
Smoke canister's gonna be going off. It's
Two-step
gonna be 30
verification.
seconds.
Bro,
He's gonna have to make a move toward the objective at
I am
some
doing
point
this
or
live
another.
on stream. You guys are just going to
Showing
have to
the
deal with
angles.
it.
He's still in where it walks in. His back is
'Cause it's
turned. The
important to get
castle
my
able
drops.
to turn around, but not quite able
That's
to
not
get any
Authenticator.
shot
That is the
off.
weather
So
app.
Snake saves the round for Aerial there.
I want to point out once again, Castle being brought and used on that main floor.
I do
the
not
ground
have it
floor
in my
to
authenticator.
just
Receive a
cut
code by
that
SMS.
floor
Yes,
entirely in half.
please.
Last time we saw Castle's
A new
going
code
on
has
the
been
game
sent to your
store,
phone number.
as well as I believe
There it
was
is.
the kitchen door to build the bridge from games into the
Please remember the
vending
device.
area
Log
down the
in.
Exo stairs. This time they had it set up a little bit different. Still Castle on the games door, but a second one going
Okay, apparently
on
I'm
the
not in this
cargo
program.
door. Not cargo, storage supply.
Fuck.
With the stairs going down into lower cargo, I believe that is. But in any case, that allows them to have a little bit more rotation potential, and once Snake gets out from the top floor, gets down into the main floor with the rest of his teammates, they're able to get around. They have
I'm gonna message
a lot
my
of
contact and
facilitated
ask if I
movement,
can get into the
and that's
Ubisoft
a lot of what
Creators
Aerial
program.
Rise does best. They facilitate the movement of their teammates, and look at this. Once again, bringing a Castle. Cut this off. There you go. There's one on the blue
Possible
stairs as
to
well.
get
cut
my
that in half.
account
Doesn't surprise
hooked
me at all.
up
in the
with
slightest. They know exactly where they
the
need to go, and they know how to cut it
Ubisoft
off,
Creators
and they know when to
program.
do it. Aerial Rise, such a strong game.
I don't think I'm in it, but I've been streaming a lot lately, so it would be nice to get involved.
Hold on to this roam a little bit better. They got pinched out from the top floor.
All right, we're working on getting drops. My Connect is unfortunately in France, so we're not gonna get a response till tomorrow.
So Snake is gonna be playing upstairs here again. Currently, it looks like he's a.
The camera's working for now. Can you guys hear the fan I have going? Because I put a fan on literally just facing towards the camera.
Making sure that bit of pressure is set in stone against Aerial every round so far.
Both of
Like,
those
I'm
players,
sweating
though,
like
are
crazy.
pretty isolated
I have
from
no
each other,
fan
not
on me.
necessarily able to support each other at
You
this
can't
point
hear
in
the
time,
fan. Oh, that's
especially
huge.
as Bryos makes his way over to the top Aqua stairs.
Massive. All right, my fan's going full blast. It's
So
just pointed
isolated
at the
from each
camera.
other. With Snake falling
Fingers
back, and aggressive
crossed.
Play from Buck. This could be
All
an
right.
opening pick.
Well,
It is going
I'm gonna
be
mute the
tries
word
to
drops
open the wall to
so
find
that nobody
players
can
on
ask.
Killer, but
and then
Rios is moving back up with his
let's watch
teammate.
this
It's gonna
game.
take a second for himself on his way out too. Sprays down Yan.
I will ask you, do you guys want to watch this game or do you want to watch the other game?
Up in that space on IT, and they should have
I think the other game might be
by now.
better.
They
It
have
is Karn
Snake
versus
holding
WildCard,
upstairs with his
or
teammates
Aerial
on
Rise
the
versus
border to be
Uplink.
seen, but
I'll let you guys
Aerial Rise is gonna
vote.
Stop at that. Mike W is working up on the flank. They know their mistakes from last
Please
round of picking up
participate
that
in
top a little bit
democracy.
too freely, so he's making sure that this pressure that's now alleviated off this flank side is being retaken.
I love what we see there, just playing a little bit less expected because Uplink knows that Aerial Rise is going to play
2
solid,
minutes.
but they're adaptable. And speaking of that adaptation, Mike
Glomoji did lose at 2 in the morning.
Found out. And
Our
there it
hero
is,
Aimkey
exactly
was able to
that,
win,
finding
and his
that
game
pick,
is on
absolutely
after this
massive, and
game.
now
So
none
we
of
will
this
watch
vertical
Aimkey later
interplay
tonight.
is going to come into play later on. And while Lunar does eventually find a kill as another player tries to come up, that's only going to be one, and they are still at a man disadvantage.
Oh no! Oh no!
What's up, Dianic?
No, Poison! No, the shot.
This
has
is
failed.
former
The
TSM
perfect
Snake,
alert
the
of
very
Argo,
same.
and Lunar's gonna hit a
Is this
90-degree
1080p?
flick as
Apparently.
it does nearly no damage at all, and what was a man advantage for Aerial that was having them sitting pretty is now very dangerous. But Mike W's gonna drop.
What's
down
up,
from above
Aimkey?
and
Good
find
shit. I
two.
saw
He
on Twitter
never
this
came
morning
back
that you had
in
won.
sight, and the entire story we saw him have in that entire round of
Alright, I'm switching to Karn because that's currently leading in the polls.
Splitting exactly where they wanted the diffuser to go down and just kind of working specifically.
We did
to
watch map 1, Aimkey,
dismantle
which
any
was frankly a little
resistance
disappointing.
over in that
You guys were
area.
crushing and then you
Right,
kind of
that
threw it away
position
at the end.
on that one
But I'm
was
glad
very
to see
common,
you didn't
and
let that get you
echo was
down.
kinda meant to
I hope you slept
delay
at
that
least
type of
like
thing
2
or
hours
prevent
last
entirely.
night.
But by the time they started going for that plant, there had already been so much else for Karnico that had gone wrong that the Echo wasn't really able to have the impact that Asian would have liked it to have. And that is going to
You didn't
inspire
sleep
Karnico
at all?
to
Jesus.
rotate sites
Did
here,
you have
right?
work?
They
Is that
did
why you had to
quite
get up at
the way
5
the
a.m.?
previous site went, so they're
What do you
going
do
to
as a
just
job?
change things up a little bit now and see if this basement site is able to work out a little bit better. And I kind of talked about
No,
the
what'd you
last
have to
site
get up
being
at 5
something
for?
that kind of inspires a lot of
Regardless
play,
of
and
what
this
you got up
is
for,
going
I
to be
feel
no
so
different,
bad.
as a lot of these
And now you have to
sites,
play another
especially
fucking
with
game
the
today.
garage,
And of course they
can
put
be
you on the
torn
late
up
shift.
from above, just with that
Of
floor,
course
instead
they
of
made you
using
play the
fence
last
and
possible
stiff,
time.
playing upstairs to try to
You had
prevent
to help someone move. Ah.
And here
Yeah,
it
that's
is,
tough.
too, all the way up. The Rome game, Vigil, we talked about him being an impactful player. I like the call of not bringing the boss G. I love the boss G, don't get me wrong. It's got
All right,
that
we'll
good
watch Karn
potential,
versus
but when you get
WildCard
placed
Academy.
down
The
into
people
those
have voted.
1v8
The people's
scenarios
choice
where, say, like
is
Mira,
Karn
have to
and
retake
Co.
in a 1v4,
We're gonna start a channel
you know,
point
it's just
prediction.
not that viable option. So
How
instead,
hard
mix up with a
does
little bit,
Karn
more
frag?
rapidity to it. Be able to take on some more of those gunfights.
0 to 3 kills.
First, Teddy gets taken down, and that's some of that
4
we were
to
just
6
talking about,
kills.
getting exposed
Nah,
and
4 to
taken out.
7 kills.
It's going to really hinder the way this attack was probably going to go.
8 to
for
12
WildCard
kills.
Aces, and they do still have
Or a
the
monster,
accuracy of
13
recharges
plus
to
kills
work
for
with, as
Karn.
well as Teddy's or Krunk's shot,
I give you
excuse
2
me.
minutes. Predict how many kills
But
Karn is going to
neither
get
goes
by
nearly
the
as
end of
efficient
the
as
game.
Buck, and the Buck can be very precise.
Currently,
with
Karn's
how he
sitting
does
1
that
and
for
1
Buck,
after
while
round
still
1.
remaining highly efficient.
Just for the
We
map,
see
just for the
Karn
map,
try to
not the whole
fence
series.
here and allow his teammates to get him off of the board. But so far, nothing
This is the
can
map
come
pick
to
of
fruition with
WildCard
that.
Aces, and
now
they
this
won
game
round
is
1
going to try to
attacking
jump
on
in the top
consulate.
floor, but it's gonna be swift to get
Use
caught up.
that information as you
Trying to
wish.
swing on the Candela, and
I would be
unfortunately
a
loses
little
his
bit
life, and that's gonna
hesitant
equalize
to go
here
too high on the
count.
Karn kill count.
Let's
Karn is
ourselves
king.
into that,
Karn is a fragger.
wait for him
He's not, but Karn.
sort of,
Karn's a great player.
hole
Okay,
here. Now, that
he
is
could
still
pop
the
off. He could
opportunity,
always
so
pop off.
They have gone through, and
But
gotten
I would
rid
be a
of
little
lot of that first
hesitant.
floor pressure. But if Vigil isn't spotted out here, this
CG
could
Sports World Cup
definitely spell
starts
disaster
on
here in the
July 31st.
You could work a lot of damage here, especially if he's able to kill that Ash and prevent more vertical play from being done. Or even the Therma if he's able to get to it. The fence has gone back down to the
Why are they
site
called Aces if their
completely here.
logo is
So it
clubs
really
instead of a
is
star?
Just Asian
Their
left
logo
up
is the
on this
wild
top
card. It's the
floor.
Joker,
And his
isn't it?
goal is going to be to try to just find a flank off someone or catch them in an awkward position.
Welcome back,
We do
Spy.
see him
Hope
going
you're feeling
for it
okay
right
today.
now.
Right, and it's going to be that engagement onto the Deimos Kronk, who is sitting in the piano, and they're waiting for it. They know the engagement's there.
Think of the top of the
instead,
Jester
Vigil
hat?
bypasses him completely, takes it down yellow,
Oh,
and
look
is
at
going
that.
to be rewarded for his
You're right,
efforts.
that's a fucking
Emilio,
spade.
one of the last heroes of the last
Good
game,
catch, good
off
catch.
The board. So now starting to send in those Candelas, the smokes, get themselves deep
It's a
inside,
star for the
potentially
main team
set
and
up for
clubs for
plant.
the Aces?
Thermite
What?
gonna lose his life. Now
That's
into
goofy.
a 4v2 with 38 left on the board, and the damage has been done.
Well, it could be an
Kronk
ace of
Asian,
clubs,
but
right?
He's gonna have his work cut out for him as he is stuck in the yellow corridor. with 3 people still be able to put the pressure on him.
Because
So
Ace
rotate
isn't the
around
face.
to the main
Ace isn't
breach,
the
see if you can
suit.
catch
It's
somebody looking
it's the
towards
it's
that
the number.
yellow doorway, catch him off guard a little bit. But I mean, it is a tough hill to climb. You get spotted out a couple.
All right, how do
shots
people
come
feel
through,
about
taking you to
Karn's
that
chances here?
23
Nobody
HP.
went for
So
Karn getting
kinda try to
13
just
kills.
sit and hold
All
the
right,
angle.
I'm taking the
You know,
position
a
then.
bit of a
Let's
faux
fucking go,
timeout here for
Karn.
the last 8 seconds.
Already 2.
Maybe a shot or two to
Get
try
your
to
fucking
pad the
kills.
AD.
All right.
It's going to amount to
It's
nothing.
fine.
Spence is going to finish up, clean up on Crawl.
It was a very good roam from Karn and Co. They kind of got a lot done with it.
It is
if
the
you think
suit?
about it. They wasted a decent bit
Yeah,
of
like you
time,
would have an
but
ace of spades.
I think most importantly was just that opening
Yeah,
pick.
I'm saying
onto
ace
that
is not one of the
bucket. That kind of
suits.
forced wildcard aces to rethink a lot of how they wanted that tank to go. And with how much vertical pressure they eliminated with that buck, it forces wildcard aces to be much more choosy about where it actually goes down. And I don't.
All right,
really
I'll
think
start
they
to
got
actually
good
watch this game. I'm
opportunities to
sorry I
use
was
it.
late today
That flank
again,
from Asian as
but
well,
we're
they
here for the
didn't
full
really
stream.
do a
We're
proper
watching
job
this
of figuring
BO3,
out
and then we're
what
watching
the
Aim
top
Keys
four
BO3
actually
after
looked
this.
We saw the
And then
game
we're gonna
get
end the
that
stream.
pick
That'll be
onto
all
Spiff,
6
and then
maps.
just kind of
I
assumed
believe that we're gonna
upstairs
get
was
bangers
done,
today.
Didn't need to worry about it anymore. And even when Emilia was expecting to fight with Asian still manages to win it. And by that point, you just kind of have to walk in the breach and hope that these positions that wildcard aces have to contest.
Third round, we go piano for the
going
bomb
to
sites.
be played poorly, and
This is a
Karn
really
Co,
strong
they're
map
not
for
teams
shields.
who are gonna let you
Obviously,
have
this is a
these
really strong
victories.
bomb site for shields. Obviously,
That's
Monty's
true.
banned
We've
out,
seen a
but
lot
you
of
do have
contentious
the
play, right?
potential to
Really
run
in your
blitz here.
face, quick out of
Not gonna
wildcard,
see it though.
which I think is definitely
Our
kind of
upper
one of
deckies
the great
playing.
adaptations.
Yes,
Didn't
upper
work out
deckies
as
are
well
playing
last week because,
against
like you said,
Aimkey in the next
pay attention
BO3.
to who was on the top. So what do we see out of Karn & Co to adapt to that here on the first floor? We're going to see some slow down city. We're going to see the castle come out.
So that game is on
Also,
right after this. We will be watching it.
allowed to see the Fenrir get played here, and with the no Warden on the board, which is a little strange because they, of course, did bring that Ying on the last play, but trying to make up for it with a pulse down below, getting ready with a C4.
I think they're going to try to clear... Where's the buck going? That's my question. Because the buck could go basement or the buck could go top floor.
Pressure this out and
I
see if
kind
they
of
can
fuck
get
with the
control
buck going
of
basement and
the
trying to
site
take down
here
this
as much
pulse.
as
I
they
assume he's
can,
going top
which
floor.
It's pretty important
Because they
here
might
just
not even know that there's
how
a pulse
powerful
down here.
the
And they
heavy
have set up like
tends
castle
to
barricades and
be.
such.
This information gathering
Which, I mean, the buck
from
could deal with
Spiff
because he has the
is
Gone
gonna
6,
tell them
but
a lot, 'cause even though no one's really
might
on that
present a
side
bit of a
the
challenge
map,
still.
That kind of tells Karn & Co what's going on.
Well, they've got
Absolutely.
all of
A
top
lot
floor
real
for
estate
free.
taken by Kronk right
So
now,
they
so
should
you find
realize
out
that there's
who
going to be
is.
somebody playing in the
second
basement.
floor is
Because you
pretty
can't just hold
available.
one
You can
floor
see
on this
smoke
site.
start to rotate back down. That's where most of that flank and pressure is going to come from, with both Cade and Pulse being down in the basement area, ready to return that gunfire. But we're going to put ourselves onto a yellow stair hold kind of on both sides of it. Some Candelas to go out, a bit of a distraction there. Not going to amount to any sort of gunfight here.
Oh, what?
The left arm
Oh, I
goes,
wasn't
and there's
even
gonna be a
looking at him.
shotgun to take
That's
Kronk off
insane.
the board.
That's good shotgun play. It's such a strong position.
Really good
Yellow
ultimate
stairs with a
pick,
shotgun is
too,
deadly.
getting that
And then he
pressure
uses
off
the
of
mute
Yellow,
to
and he's
stall
able
it
to
out too.
lead a little bit more with that
Really,
smoke
really
canister.
problematic. And again,
Now
since
Spiff's in
they
a
hold
good
bottom
position
floor,
to give
he knows
him
he's not going to get pushed from
information
below.
on
So he has to
where
hold
his next
one
player
close angle
is,
with the shotgun.
potentially
They
setting him
need
up
to
for a
flash
fight.
him or do something.
Foresight
Foresight
now
can
takes
just
the
go get a
double,
2K.
taking
Okay.
man advantage
I
into
think he used
wildcard
Candles for that,
aces.
didn't he? Yeah, he did.
Yet again,
All right, that's one
pressure
way to
here
flash
on
him.
the
That
last
works.
3 defenders, but time's
Now's
starting
when we need to
tick
see
down,
Karn
so
step up.
still
Man
playing kind of
disadvantage,
into their
man in the
favor.
sight.
He's
He's going to have
trading
intel from the
Candelas
pulse
and
below.
Buck still available to really
And from his
hammer
bulletproof,
in
which is
that
likely in sight
pressure
as well.
From above. Now,
It's
his
in
Candelas
piano,
still
okay.
sitting on that first floor. We haven't sussed out the pulse yet. Maybe
Jack, Karn gets 2 in this round. Karn doubling his kill count round 3.
So when that plant starts to come through, the potential to
First he kills this
disrupt
guy.
it with a C4
1.
is gonna
He
be
swings for the
absolutely huge.
second.
Karn just take Teddy off the board, and that's going to equalize. Now taking us into a 3-3, and there's the plant going down. Start to send in the Ying
He
Candelas,
moved off the...
a
Oh, he
C4
didn't
up,
move.
and it
He didn't
is
move
gonna
far
find
enough.
it. Spiff
That's 2 for
takes him
Karn.
down,
That's
but
2 for
Ash
Karn.
getting,
Emilio belongs to Karn.
taken down as well.
I
Now
think.
puts us into
Pretty
a
sure.
3v1.
Yeah,
It's
because
gonna
Asian
be
went up
all
top.
over the shoulders of
Oh,
Ying.
easy round.
Does get
Good
distracted by
play.
that Fenrir gadget,
Not
having to
dealing
hop
with
back
this,
out
there we go,
side.
Karn.
Still
Not
firm
dealing with
onto
this player
Emilio.
below at all.
Now
Karn could get
16
3.
seconds
Oh
left
my
in
god,
a
he
very
got
familiar
3.
situation where Karn is just gonna clean it up
Technically,
with a headshot.
I'm still right. I said he gets 2. He
Basketball
did get 2.
slam
He just got
dunk
1 more.
on that 3K, really putting that round on his back for his team.
Melted,
Get that
I
man
believe,
disadvantage.
is
They found
playing
themselves
for
in
upper
along with
deckies. I
Smith,
believe
who
Melted
got
and
that
Kino are again
C4
playing.
pick.
I will double check for you, see if anything's has been
talked
posted
about
in the
Pulse a lot
production
that last round, because he is
channel.
so important for that site.
There's
So the
100 plus
fact that he's
messages in
never
okay.
cleared, he was kind of able
I'm not gonna
to
look that
feed
hard, I won't
information
lie to you.
His teammates, along with himself getting a pick once WildCard actually tried to make their way onto the site. So now we're gonna
I
see
would
the side
assume,
swap here. So now WildCard Aces have a chance to defend
I would
for 3 rounds,
assume
which, with the way
that Melted
console tends to
and
go, is gonna be a pretty good
and
boon
Kino
for
are
them, as
playing
this is a
for
very defender
upper
sided
decky.
map. And they do have an opportunity to put themselves either 4-1 or potentially 3-3 here if Karnako takes
You
the
see
round.
Bex and not
But
Melted in the
regardless of
match
what
chat?
happens,
Oh.
This should kind of be
Happy
where
fan with the
WildCard
show
Aces are
cats?
able to step things up a little bit.
I
This is
actually
fun,
can
too.
give you a show
There's
cat.
so many tight
Once in a
corners on
lifetime
Crossland,
moment
like
here.
So many little
Hold on.
hidey holes and close engagements. We're gonna see 3 shotguns being brought out on the defense. Smoke, Mute, and Warden all rocking that in-your-face
Chonky girl.
action, and a little bit of area denial as well. Out of
No,
Smoke
this
and
is
Warden.
food.
So
This is
expecting some of that
beans. Someone
aggression,
put beans
expecting
inside
them
the
to get
computer.
close to
She
put
loves the
themselves in position to
scratches. Look, her
plant,
foot's going.
and then
She loves
ready
the
to do
scratches.
something with it. On the attack side of it, it's aggressive, right? We do have
Oh, yeah,
AMR
those are good
one. This is
scratches.
that plant that you were talking about inside
Wow.
of the window that potentially to be
Okay,
set
I
up
gotta-
for it.
I gotta
Go
show
down
the
below
people
with
the
Deimos,
games.
suss out
She's
where
still
that
getting
vertical
scratched.
pressure is going to be put at, stop the rotate with the gridlock tracks, and then, yeah, set yourself up for the execute.
We do see a go canister on that window, but it is shot out pretty immediately, and there might be another one somewhere that can impact, which would be pretty scary. Which, speaking of scary, Teddy is not going to be this round. He's going to get opening picked by center, which kind of brings me to a point here.
She's
that I've been
shedding
kinda
so
thinking about
much.
a little
It's
bit, which
so
is that
hot in here.
In the game I casted with
She
Wild
goes
Card
right back to
versus
lying on the
Necro,
cool floor.
they were very good at the opening pick, only losing out 2 opening duels. But this game, they've only won a singular opening pick so far, which was in the round that they won. But that has been a really good stat line for Karnako so far.
Look at this. Just getting in and getting
I'm
the plant
covered
just
in
like
fur.
you talked about it. Age-defying Kronk. It
Also,
gets returned with
Unstoppable,
the
thank you for the
C4,
prime.
But the trades are happening now into a 3v2.
And
No
Karn wins this
plant that
round.
went
He's up
down
to 5 and 2
successfully
kills.
tonight,
Karn's been
but they're gonna try
fragging.
it
Holy
again.
shit.
Inside, they're getting it. He's going to need to drop down and play for that vertical pressure.
Yeah.
But there is an answer for it down below. They get
I didn't
the
really
plant,
see
and
this
that's
round,
gonna be
but
easy cleanup.
I wish they'd had somebody walk down Spiral to try to stop the buck instead of dropping the hatch. They probably
Really
did that
interesting
earlier in the
mid-course
round than I
take
was
there,
petting
and I really
Spawny, so
like
I
the
didn't notice.
positioning that center had over on that window, over by projector, as it happens right about at the time that Karnako starts going for that plant, and he puts himself physically inside of the site. And so even though he's not directly covering Carnage, he does force
I need
the
a
defense
fan.
to focus on
Like, obviously I
him
have a fan
while
fanning my
Carnage starts
camera.
going
I need a
that
fan for
plant.
myself.
Unfortunately, he is picked off, I think, a little bit sooner than he would have liked, which does give them a little bit of room
I need
to
like
go
a
and target
sturdy
Karn.
rectangle.
But he does still kind of. I do.
I
still
have a
like the idea
Dungeons and
for what they were
Dragons
going for
monster
there.
manual.
I also really like this pick
It's a
from
bit
Foresight
big.
as he's picked into the Tachanka, who's going to be able to deny positions like that plant we saw from
I
Karn
don't know that I have anything.
from a pretty good distance away. And we're going to see Blitz come out from Karn.
It's like
from
34
Karnako
inside my
on
apartment or
Sentry.
something right now.
So it does look like they're going to go for a little bit of a different take than they did before, but nonetheless, still a fast one.
Yeah, I love it. Still sitting with that area denial. Not many sites that I'd say bring a Tachanka on, but this is definitely
All
one
right.
of them. Being
I
able to
agree
keep
with the
yourself in
caster. I think this is
relative
like
safety
maybe
while
the
still being
only
able to
good
defend
Tachanka
is
site in the
absolutely
entire
huge.
map.
So Ying back on the board.
The problem with
no
Tachanka is his fire
surprises
doesn't deal
there.
very much damage.
Kind
So it's
of
very
similar,
easy for
except
attackers to
yeah,
just
that
sprint through the
quick
fire.
Amaru take
However,
would be the
if the
answer this
attackers are
time.
going for a
You sit
CEO
up
window
through,
plants, they're
find
not trying to
that,
sprint past the
vertical-
fire. You can
the
spam that with
verticality
fire.
early with the
They're
blitz
trying to
and get
sit in
yourself
that
set up
corner
for
and
the
plant that
execute.
fuse kit.
Either way, first
Um,
minute gonna start counting down. So
and there's
gonna
really
see
no
some
other
drones
place they
coming in,
can
taking a
plant,
little
right?
poke, taking a
On
little
most bomb
prod,
sites,
looking for
if you
that
try to
weak spot,
fire the plant spot,
get a lot
the
of
planter will just
information
get up
there
and
on
go
the
plant
first
somewhere
floor
else.
right now.
But on this map, there's like no other places to plant. So, Foresight on Tachanka
It's not
isn't
fair.
bad here. I don't hate it.
Than they were in the previous round, which just kind of makes sense because you can't do something with that fast twice in a row. I think kind of what Karnako wants to do here a little bit is just draw out
34,
some of those
yeah.
Tachanka charges from the Shumika launcher, as he has 17 of them, and they each burn for a pretty decent length of time. And there are enough of them that you can stack them and deal a lot more damage as well. So just drawing out a
They're
good
really
bit of
focused
those,
around
as they
admin
have
right
done
now. This
so
is not an
far,
admin take, though.
is gonna play to their advantage.
Currently,
later
Wildcard
on.
Aces are reading this push
We
wrong.
also do hear some
It's going to be a
tracks
blitz
that are
drop
starting to
yellow,
go
and
out as
then
well, as Karnako
probably
starts
Ying in
to
through the
get a
CEO
little
window.
bit of ground,
Plants
and
with the
it looks
Ying,
like we're
gridlock for the
starting
Ying
to see
plant
the
as well.
pieces
I think
fall
now they're
into
starting to
place,
realize
which
what this
looks
push
like
is,
eventually
and
will
Blitz
look
is
like.
in, so they know for sure now.
Right, and there's the
Warden
countdown
pops to
starting
beat the
go out,
Blitz.
and the fire to stop them from getting in for that
It's
plan
good that
with
Karnako are
special
forcing this utility
classes
early
that
because there's a
can be
ton of
done
fucking like.
by the Yin Candelas.
You're honestly
Fires
just
on
like
both
never
sides
gonna
gonna
beat this
stop any
Tachanka
attempt that's
in
coming
terms of
in
like
through that window
outstalling
or that
him.
yellow
You
stairs.
kind of need to kill the
Gridlock tracks
Tachanka
out, they, of
somehow.
course, know the
Otherwise,
Warden's
this
gonna be
push just
close.
kind of
They have
doesn't
to
work.
take that engagement with Blitz pretty quickly here. So the double repel.
They only have one more
Start
Candela.
to
This
see
is their last
the,
Ying.
aggressive action
They
push
kinda
in.
have
There's
to
the
go off
smokes, There's
this.
the Candelas, but Warden is ready for it. He gets
Warden
blasted
just
down and is dealt
watched
with
the Blitz
immediately
kill
by the
him.
pistol.
Okay.
Gonna start to send in some of that fire from the Tachanka, holding him off. But
The
it's
fire
not gonna
nades?
be
Hello?
enough, as Ying is gonna
Oh,
get
he
that
dies
plant
for the
down
plants.
even while just about losing
No,
her
he's at
life
2
down to
HP.
the
He
2
didn't
HP.
die.
Teddy
How
defied
on
Asian off
earth
the
did he
board.
get
It's
that
another
down?
pistol shot.
Carnage
Gonna
might be the
answered
GOAT.
immediately as the TK comes
Oh my
out.
god, Foresight
taking
through.
sent here in the process.
Karn is left on
Post-plant
2
scenario
health.
now, so now they're gonna have to deal
And now they're in
with
such a
that
good post plan.
outside
You've got to
pressure,
jump out the
still
window
two
here.
people alive.
There's a
One to
couple
go
different
for
windows
that
you can
kill,
jump out.
one to go
The
ahead
mid-yellow
and
window you can
start
jump
to
out.
stop that
The piano,
diffuse.
little
You
closet
have to
window.
have
Nah,
7
you can't
seconds
do
on the
this.
board to
You
do it.
can't
He's
do that.
gonna
You
put
have to
both
jump
of
out.
them.
You
No
have
chance
to
at
go
them.
jump out. The advantage of the
quite a
defense
bit,
in that
which
post plan is
we
that you
kinda
have a
see coming
few
to a play-
options to
effect
jump out.
there
So
is
like
that Blitz doesn't
it can be
necessarily
tough to
have
predict
move
as the
fast
defender or as
at
the
first,
attackers,
right? You
but
kinda do pick him
grouping up in the window is
because of his
never gonna
ability
work.
to get into a position very fast.
Kayanik, another
But we see
showcat.
Karnako spend a lot of time working kind of every area of the map.
I need to
and
extend
drawing
the
that
limit on
utility
that,
and
but
poking and
sure.
prodding and just kind of seeing where everything is and fully how the site is set up before they start to go for the eventual play.
Okay, I just did a showcat. She really doesn't want to be picked up. I'm gonna say you wasted your
onto
point.
That Warden kind of being the
She
only
wants to
operator
sit.
that can comfortably counter the Blitz and
You can
the
rewind the
That
VOD.
was a huge pick. It allows them to go for that plant, even with that Tachanka, as now they can rely on something like the Ying, as well as the Blitz, to apply a lot of pressure that Wildcard Aces were kind of caught off guard by, seemingly.
And that shouldn't be the case, right? We just watched Karn & Co. lose on Consulate to SSG Academy. So, like, the VOD is
It's on
there.
a
the
5-minute
stats are-
cooldown.
they're
I'm gonna
having
make that a
something
30-minute
different.
cooldown.
And if you're a Wildcard Aces fan, you're starting to feel a little bit worried on a 4-1, right? I mean, yes, 4-2 still the standard split, even in the 3-3. But with it changing back and forth, they've been able to do it on defense and attack. Just proving that they have got this
Move
side
the
of
webcam.
So,
My
a
webcam is
similar approach
bolted
here,
in. That shit.
but
It's not a
instead, the
webcam. That's a
Gridlock's gonna
Sony
bring out the
A6000,
Nomad and those
and that's
air
on a
jabs.
fucking beefy
A little
arm. It would
bit,
take me like a good while to move
Yes,
it.
force
You
some
don't
of
want
those
that.
players out of those dedicated critical push points where, you know, like the
How's the cat
Champions
handling
League
the heap?
last
They're
year.
doing okay. They have
Adaptation,
spots
though,
that
on
are
the
cool in the
defense.
house that
One
they
of
can
the
go
players that
to.
I'd love to see, it is the Solus being brought out.
But
Talking
we're
about
watching them just to be sure,
information,
you
right?
know.
And she can bring a ton of it to the table. I like this adaptation.
Keeping an eye on them.
Yes, you can see a lot of gadgets as well as just kind of where people are. You can look and see where people are droning and where people are droning from, and just kind of
All right.
figure out the
What
attack
bomb
is
site are
supposed
we
to
at?
look like. And
Piano
whenever
again.
you're like,
Cool.
no
So they're
map
running
and
it back.
whatnot, you can see where those
Dude, Wildcard Aces are getting shit on. This is their map pick.
from not as much of a distance away.
They
before,
fear
as-
Karn.
or from
They
not
fear
as far
him.
distance as you could before, but unlike before, we're going
know
to
about that one.
have Karnako
Don't know
lose
about
out
that
on the
jump
opening
out
pick
for
first time in a
Foresight.
little bit.
And
One
what
for one,
does
you
get
killed the ace is
equalized
honestly
pretty
not
quickly
bad.
as Legion is taken off the
And there's
board.
no secondary hard
Puts us
breach.
into a 4-4,
Hard breach is not
plenty of time
that
here for the
important.
attack
I
teams
assume
to
the
start
hatch
to
is
set up, for
open.
that execute yet again. Solus on the hunt, on the prowl. Got some information.
I'll put an eye on the
Can
dock
hold
is an
the
interesting
angle,
choice as
wait for
well.
that sound cue.
Wildcard Aces brought an op lineup that
Pressure
says
on
we want to
still
fight
from,
you.
The above.
They brought
Now,
Legion,
as you
Solus,
see,
Doc,
starting to
Warden,
take some real
Frost. They want to
estate.
fight.
Got two defenders to deal with here. So Blitz going to send himself in, but Emilio going to take Carnage
It's
off the
tough
board
their
at his
Legion
return,
died
as Emilio's
first
also taken down the double kill
by
brings
jumping
out
out,
from
because
center,
now you
and
don't have a
right
response
from
to
now
this
puts it
to this
3-2.
Blitz.
But
I
Ash
told
gets
you Blitz
taken
was good on
down,
this site.
Not confirmed on the kill. It's the rotate around, but that was a tough one. So they're going to be able to pick Ash back up.
All right,
That's
Karn's
a
kill
very
count has
low
unfortunately
scenario
plateaued,
with
but
a
his
Doc
teammates
on
are
the board.
goats.
Finds the kill on the
Interesting
Blitz, ready
unscope
for
from
the second
center.
pivots. Now going to drop down into
From
site,
Surf's brother.
himself a little bit of that health and ready and set up for the second
This is a
part
winnable
of
clutch,
this battle.
because he
It's a
needs one bullet to
2v1.
down Spiff,
Both
and then
of
in
them
Asians
are
like 2 bullets.
incredibly low health, and this might be the one situation where
If
Doc
Spiff
being
whiffs,
brought out is
then he
gonna be
wins this.
potentially the game
If
saver.
Spiff hits a
There are
nasty
45
headshot, he's
seconds
cooked.
left,
That's
waiting
my
for that
take.
rotate around. They're trying to find him in that fish in a barrel situation. Lots of pressure to be put on here, and very little time in which
They're
they
both
can
top floor.
have to push this dock.
Okay,
together.
they're
So
both going spiral.
push
That's
down
smart.
Spiral, a little bit of
That's
a
smart.
redirect, right?
No,
So they
Google,
get
I'm
their
not trying
drone
to
out,
ask you a
try
question.
to suss out where exactly he is.
Stop
There it
listening
is.
to me.
They catch him on the cam, and now it's a full send down spiral. Try to put the pincher move on. 17
They can get a
seconds.
plant off
He's
that he can't
holding,
see,
he's
assuming they can
ready.
entry, but they probably can't because their ace
Have
died.
one set up
No,
for
they gotta walk
crossfire
through the
and
doorway.
goes
Oh,
one
that's
going for
huge.
that
But they
execute.
split up,
And
and
there
he
it
doesn't
is.
know the guy's
Rotate
coming
starts
left.
to
Yes,
push
he
in.
does.
Rotates out
No, they
around
got
to
in a
the
plant
hallway,
spot
and there's the
anyways.
plan. 17 HP left on the Ash. 2
Good
seconds in which to get it done.
cover.
They get
Good
the dog down. He gets
cover.
this revive, and Asian is going to finish it up with a headshot.
Yeah, play the 2v1 really nicely there.
So
It did not come down to
I
spiff
kinda
whiffing
see
or
the
not.
vision there from that defense.
Not even a little
from
bit.
WildCard, and I especially like the fact that Teddy does make
Didn't know I was a
an
cat person?
attempt at kind
I'm a
of
cat person,
doing
yeah.
what we see him do a lot on defense and just kind of getting into a weird position, but it comes too late. And a lot of these positions that
Quick check-in on the other game.
Uplink, but Aerial Rise is willing to play passive.
This game is
here
way
as the
better.
defense.
You guys voted poorly.
They've committed a lot of.
This game's
utility
4-3,
to
the other
top
game's
four, but
5-1.
they honestly don't have a lot of
You guys
space
don't
to
know
show
ball,
for
I'm
it.
sorry.
Snake dropped down.
To be fair, I also would have
in,
picked the other game,
both
but we're
the
not
flashes,
gonna
wanting to
talk
get
about
forced off
that.
of that position and his life instead. But other than that, they still have that Mira playing on the top floor, meaning it's going to be really difficult for them to capitalize off of it. I say that though, instead they're just going to vault into the direct.
I think
option.
Aerial Rise can
Smoke
still win this
Dancers
round.
taking a little bit of damage off
The
both
smoke
these
is kinda
players, but
huge.
still, they should be
They
able to
did
get
find a
the
plant
fuser down
spot,
here in
though.
storage with relative ease. They found the gap.
Nah.
They're going to move off of it
AA
perfectly.
win.
Snake walking up is going to be able to kill the
Ooh,
Blazer
but
first,
they got
defend
top.
his
No,
teammate.
they got
But
top floor
Yams
cover.
all
They're
the way
fine.
in Kitchen has had this crossfire set up for so long.
If he moves
He's
faster, he
waiting
stops
for
that
his
plant and they win the round.
Now,
But he went too
all left
slow.
up to Poison.
This
Finds
is
the
too
crossfire
difficult of
on
a
James,
post plant,
but
unfortunately, for
doesn't really
Poison.
have any idea where this last
That's
player
nothing
is
against
besides
Poison,
he
that's
was
just the bomb
upstairs.
site.
Things from his teammate should reveal that. Finally gonna pop the default. Goes to stick the diffuser.
If he stuck that, he might have gotten it.
Still,
Big Steppa doesn't have the greatest of angles.
moving
He's
away,
sticking
trying to
this.
find a better
If
angle
I know
to
Poison,
sound.
he's sticking this.
Looks like he's
He did not
going to
stick
have
it.
Spots him through the floorboards, and it's going to be enough for uplink.
NT.
It's the same thing.
Tie
Get
game.
the intel from the Echo, and then you just fire it up with the Chonka. If you're a Wildcard Aces fan, you're feeling a little bit.
Blitz has become your
nervous
favorite
about that.
attack permaban over Monty?
especially since this
That's
is
insane.
the map that WildCard Aces wanted to go to. Typically, in a best of 3, you expect to lose your opponent's map pick and then win yours. But right now, for WildCard Aces, that's
I don't know
been
Poison.
the opposite. We've seen a lot of great play from Karnico on this map, and that hasn't been matched by WildCard Aces, at least not yet. They did get one round win, but even when they got the opener last round,
People
they were
panic more when they see
really
Blitz versus
struggling
Monty.
to
Yeah,
deal
but
with
Monty's
what
so
Karnico
fucking
has been
stupid right now.
bringing. And going into this next half with Karnico being on the defense,
Would
yet
smoking the
again,
ceiling have done
if they go
anything?
2 for
No,
1,
I think, I
then
mean,
that's it.
it might have dealt some damage. I think it's mostly just to obscure
Players
his
that we said
vision.
needed to step up to be one of those impactful players. Foresight, and he is. He stepped up in a big way. A lot of individual heroics for his team here, taking him to that 8-5. Unfortunate for Emilio, just not able to find some of those kills that have made them so successful.
Like, it's not
Low
really
HP
for the
scenario
damage.
for Tachanka. That early engagement almost resulted in his life getting forfeit. But
Tachanka back, this time being played by Karn. They almost killed him early. That's what you don't want to happen as a Tachanka.
Specifically those barbed wires.
Tachanka staying alive is pretty critical here because they didn't bring Goyo, they didn't bring Smoke. They brought one C4. It's really their only plant denial. So they're heavily reliant on Karn staying alive. Fens is trolling, but he's never punished, I guess. Okay.
His foresight is down. Fens to find the headshot. Now into a 4-4 as the verdict.
Yeah, I'm surprised the other time that this happened,
Teddy's
the Buck
below
didn't do
on
this.
the Buck, but
Get in
they
and
kinda
try to
know
take down
he's
the
there, and he hasn't been able to
Tachanka.
do a lot yet. Abinai gets a pick onto Asian and brings things back. into
Asian's
an
probably
advantage
too far
for his
forward in
team.
admin there.
And they have
It's a
pretty
weird
firm
push, though.
control of
I guess it's an
admins
admin side
here.
push.
But
So
I
you don't
wanna
really
know,
care
where
too much
is
about
this
Tachanka
plan
dying.
gonna go
You don't
down?
want to be in a
What is the
2v4,
plan here?
obviously,
And how are
but
they gonna get this player
Tachanka's not
outside of
as critical of an
Soda,
operator.
who's sitting in Soda Hall dislodged from this position.
Fens leaves? Why?
Gonna send in some potential
I guess it's
Terror Jones, but he
unexpected.
knows it, so
And he gets a
rotates
pick off
and is
it.
gonna
Okay, Fens
find
can do what he wants.
the
Ah,
kill. Now
Fens
the
can do
double
what he
bringing
wants.
Out, taking us into a 3-3 scenario.
He did leave, like,
And now
one of the most
starts
powerful
to put the
positions
pressure
on the
back
entire
wild
map,
card when they
but
they were gonna be having some success
I guess that's the
here.
right play.
So
Hello?
starts to send
No
in
way.
Towards that back area, misses, makes shot onto Teddy. Now puts us into a 2v3.
Okay.
To a 2-2 as it gets tied up. The shotgun ringing out, so the trade happens, and now
That's not
again,
Namaru's
another
shotgun
low
kill, that's
health
a Echo
scenario
shotgun
here
kill,
Karnico,
just for
but we've seen them
those
be
who are keeping
incredibly
track.
successful with it. Locked into
Don't
the
get
corner.
confused.
put himself in some relative safety with fire and start to rotate.
These attackers are really split up.
A little bit. Emilio,
So winnable. So winnable for Sentier. Surf's brother in a clutch situation. Diffuse kid above him.
16 seconds left on the board.
Oh, and he's got one. He's got a yokai right there, ready to rock and roll. Oh, he's going to do it with style. Oh, he's going to do it with style. He says, I'm not just going to blast you. All right, maybe play passive. Maybe try to blast him. No, it's actually super smart. Save the yokai for when you guarantee win the round off the post plant. That was a little close, because he had to drive it pretty far. That was smart from the planter to go all the way to the corner, because he knew he was up against an Echo, but...
I love the fact that no matter what the
situation all in all, Echo played that really well. Great job from Sentier.
Karnako may feel things are, they never flinch.
Dreams team plays immediately after this. We're going to be watching it next.
Carnage B, starting that round off at 17 HP, he manages to have a lot of impact just with the time denial that he's able to achieve with that Tachanka. And Fens as well, just sitting in these positions that WildCard Ace.
I don't think Aerial Eyes will lose to Uplink, but I do think you overrate them, Spy.
To pick even on top of that. And that brings Karnako to map point so far, excuse me. And if they could win this, then it puts them up in a pretty good position going into Oregon. And this is a site that we saw them do well on the previous time with that Rome game. And we do see a little bit of adaptation here as we see Asian playing a Capcan instead of that Vigil. He knows
6-1 on WildCard Ace's map pick. This team confuses me on WildCard Aces because they had some good results.
Each doorway and the drone work they did.
Right, they started the tournament by like, I guess they weren't that good results. They lost to Space Station Academy, beat Daystar, but it was close, and then beat Centenegra.
Back it up with a little bit of intel as
then they lost 2-1 to Fluffy Aimers. I guess this team's just not that good.
This is a really good map point defense. So, what do we see in the adaptation? One thing.
Maybe I was just overrating this team.
And the Fika, right? Or the LMG.
Because I guess as a academy team to a pro league team, I kind of just assumed they were like better than they are.
But at least relatively safe health. But you got enough bullets to kill them all. Couple of shots.
I didn't mind how they played against Fluffy Aimers yesterday, but
not net a kill just yet.
Something's not clicking today.
We don't see any like actual.
I'm also looking through their maps. They are perma Monty Azami banners. Every single game they ban Monty Azami. They really think they're Dark Zero.
Curse myself a little bit. Looks like they want to primarily
little yoink and twist from Dark Zero
inside a piano, which was the plan beforehand, but it was pretty immediately destroyed by Fens, who got the pick on that buck. But now Karnako are playing it a little bit farther back than they were before, and Teddy's managed to get inside of the building without getting picked off. And they're starting to worry about these Capcan traps a decent bit, which is wasting a little bit of time, but they made quick work of this top floor.
Take some of that vertical. Still haven't dealt with either of the two roamers, Sentry and Capcan. Still a viable option here. Punk does get inside, Buck as well, so they are able to start opening up the floor, start setting some of those rotates, wait for somebody to come force that engagement with them. Sure, there's the flank drone set up, and look at that again. It's just bits and pieces, Ali, of these players getting taken down.
Tough aim from Fens. He's having a great game, though, so we're not going to comment on it. Again. And he gets his kill. I'm surprised Teddy re-swings that. Teddy feels a little bit lost in that moment. He is 2-8 at the moment. God damn, Fens is crazy. Fens, we need you to stop getting kills because we need Karn's kill count to go up for the channel point prediction. I think the masses are going to be correct on this one. I think most people went 3 to 6 kills for Karn. Unless Karn gets all 3 of these kills, in which case the Karn believers will be vindicated.
Some verticality established.
Or if they lose and this game goes long.
Breach charges start to open it up, and look, they're just going to go for it. Send in a smoke. Hopefully hold on to the cross here and maybe start to get an execute going. It's a risky play, but with 26 seconds left on the board, you've got to do something. Here comes the Candelas, but a C4 to stop it.
All right, Karn is getting it max 6. Karn gets team killed by Fens. Dude, is Fens literally putting channel points on Karn's kill count? What the fuck is that, bro? Oh, fucking double agent, bro.
Karnako in general, but Fens
Congratulations to the Karn
I believe it's like
doubters.
11 and 4, something like that, by the time the game ends. And that opening kill,
Blackout winning the most
specifically,
points
just
from
getting
this
that
prediction.
block yet again on that attack the WildCard Aces are going for. And with how late into the round he did it, and with how little impact Teddy had with those buck charges,
all right, that game was horrendous. Let's go watch the other game.
Actually wanted
And they know
do.
exactly which microscopic piece of map control they can take.
This
without
game's about to
clearing
end
out players
too.
out of specific
I hope you guys
positions.
want to watch some
I mean,
geo
you don't
guessing.
take into connector until you clear the player off of pillar. You can't take into IT until
What
you
the
clear
fuck did
player off of pillar.
WildCard say in
Right?
chat
Things
that
like
got them
that,
banned
and
by a
they, from
moderator?
all sides, slowly
What the
but
fuck?
surely constrict around this team, putting each player individually in crossfires. Just
Why did
absolutely
WildCard Gaming
picture
TV
perfect
get banned?
execute from Aerial Arise?
They're gonna have to run it back on the
Might be
bottom
some
floor
lore
now.
I'm missing on that
Uplink
one.
Bringing it downstairs once more, and they're probably gonna have a pretty similar setup. There's nothing out of the ordinary for the operator lineup that either of these teams.
You looked
are
at his
playing
average
against.
kills.
It's going to be what we've seen
Better
all
than anybody
year.
else in chat, I'll tell you that.
Trying to change the style of how you're playing. I think you're absolutely.
Don't say,
right.
"Have you
Aerial
met
has
Jesse?"
been
when he
so
calls you a
good
nerd.
about taking
Don't
the
agree
raw
with
picture
that.
of uplink setups and going, this is the exact
Insane.
position that we need, and it's what they did last round to a T. So,
All right.
implemented this round.
Snake has
Last time you
22
had a player like
kills?
you
What
who
the
walked up behind
fuck?
you and you weren't quite sure where Vipoa was
How
on
is
site.
Snake going
That means
22
that
and
in this
5?
round it's saying, okay, where
Bro,
is the space
why
we
didn't
can
we
take?
watch this
How
game?
quickly can we take it, and then we're gonna move up. We don't want to waste any time or alert like
What?
that happen again.
You're
There
telling me
is
we
now-
could have watched fucking
Yeah, going to look for a
Snake
little
drop
bit of that
22
aggression.
kills?
Maverick
Instead, we
being
were
brought
watching
to make sure
WildCard
that
Academy
this
do
wall
so bad their
barrage
org
gets
got
under
banned
that
in
to
Twitch
make sure
chat.
that, well, it's not going to be so easy for them to fall back, play in their comfortable positions, especially storage. But
Did I go to Copenhagen last year? Yeah. Like 100. I spent more time in Copenhagen than I did in my own bathroom last year.
Is going to be a little bit aggressive because
Copenhagen
Aerial Rise
sucks.
knows that they probably need to be a little bit faster in order to get the plant down this time. Uplink also knows that Aerial Arise knows that. And
Observer,
here goes
don't
the
take the
fast
cam
break.
off Snake.
Bam, opening up
All right,
all that
well.
vertical onto IT, and suddenly Lunar wildly uncomfortable as he's going to begin to feel a little bit
Observer?
claustrophobic. He knows that he's got a player above him.
Snake's
watching
literally on the
breach,
roof
so
doing
there's not
nothing.
going to be a whole lot of pressure onto him yet. But as soon as that player rotates off, suddenly any sort of flank or fallback is going to become just a little bit.
I don't want to see any missed kills from Snake's POV, though.
Although he had that
This guy's going
earlier,
22. We got to
he's
see what he's
big
up to.
group with his teammate. They know that vertical play is coming.
He is
The Rams are
using
gonna be
Ram
opening
from
even
outside the
more of that
outside the map.
verticality
So
on
currently
site,
he's
but Aerial Rise has been playing really
not doing
safe
that much
so
action.
far.
We
They
are
haven't
getting a
been
good
able
bit
to
of Snake
move
cam,
on to
though.
this roam yet whatsoever. Knowing that two players are lurking, we haven't quite figured out where the Vigil, who has been played pretty consistently on this site, is at yet. And moreover, that there was a player upstairs that we've lost track of as well. They're biding their time, using this information, and more importantly, trying
Insane.
to ensure that
Wait,
they
what a
can
crazy play.
move into the building
coordination.
safely, but unfortunately, there's no safety.
He is
with a
super dead now.
impact nade breaching
Actually, he could
stars
get this
being
kill.
used to catch the Nomad on her
Poison's a
cannon
little
run.
fearful.
Gams
Poison's a little
trying to get
fearful.
off his teammate.
Boss
They
G
see
from
him
across
on
the
that
map.
boosted angle, but you from the
Ubisoft,
long distance
please
versus
nerf
side is
this
gonna make
fucking
it
gun.
by W, able to take out Gams on that angle, but still has to contend with the Boss G. And that gun is so dangerous to try and fight because one shot is going to lose you most, if not all, of your HP if it's well placed. He's gonna fall off.
Come
back to the
on,
jet.
Snake.
Lunar, I
Oops.
believe, was still playing in storage is going to be taken out as well, meaning that your last-minute pinch flanker is going to be off the board, but it doesn't matter. There's only 20 seconds left on the clock, and Aerial has to make a
The
move.
classic
Plus,
flash
the
yourself through the
flashbangs down
hatch.
They're going to force you deeper into sight, but that's all
Making
he
rotates
needs.
with
They
the
just have to
Boss
bide
G
their
might be the
time.
saddest
Right?
thing
He's gonna
you can
do
do in
his
Rainbow
best to
Six
try and get
Siege.
the diffuser down. A last-minute ditch effort to throw
He
the
just
nitro
whiffed
cell's
for
gonna
the
go
C4.
through, but no, the diffuser isn't going to be contested
Second
at
C4
all.
lands.
Turkey's going to kill him
A little
in
late.
the log run, but still. Now
This
it's a
post plant's
40-second
really
timer,
tough for
and
the
it's
defenders,
Crossfire
though.
outside the building that you can't contend with. Not
Oh,
only that, they didn't fully
blessed
clear
by
the
timing
road.
on Uplink.
Using that pinch roller
Uplink
has
are actually
allowed Snake
blessed
to
by the
remain
timing.
under.
They might be
He
able to
opened
clutch
the
this.
verticality earlier in the
Nah,
round.
I mean,
It
like,
simply doesn't matter. He can
nah,
just
the
wait
post
for
plan's
them
way
to
too good.
try and defuse. It's a
They have
Crossfire
just like
set up.
unbeatable angles.
All they need to do is find
Even
a
if this guy dies,
sprinting
this guy
his
could
way
give a
upstairs,
freebie
knowing
kill.
exactly
over to Big Steppa, and it still doesn't matter.
Turkey gets on the diffuser.
Yeah.
Snake's gonna find him as he walks around the corner, and Inrio from the
GG's. Aerial Rise don't lose these.
With a beautiful.
And that was Uplink's map pick too.
Beautiful win on this map.
All right, neither game was that close. Neither game was crazy close. A little loud, sorry for that. All right, let's do our pre-stream chat. I was late today, so I didn't get to talk to chat before we started watching the games. How are you guys doing? I got some crazy news today. I woke up this morning. I had some news. I was like, holy shit, that's crazy news that I'm not going to leak to chat today. And then right before stream, I got a second set of crazy news that I can't leak to stream. But you should be hyped. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say. Ubisoft's going to get mad at me if I say anything other than that. AMK beat Glow Emoji. Indeed, he did. We love that. Glad I'm getting paid. Ain't even about me. What webcam do I use for streaming? This is the Sony A6000. Shout out to Faceit for lending me the camera and then forgetting to ask for it back. One of the bits of news should be publicly announced in the next week or so. And I think that's the one that will hype you guys up more than the other bit of news. Monty nerf? I fucking wish. Let's be realistic here. It's Ubisoft. Monty ain't getting nerfed for another 2 years, okay? Let's be realistic. Monty buff. No, but I've had a pretty chill day. I spent this morning setting up a ton of wedding venue showcases. I set up like 3.
No, this is food. This is beans. Someone put beans inside the computer.
Thank you for the beans. Appreciate it. Basement 78. Appreciate it. No, I spent the morning finding some, just found all the venues, but contacting some wedding venues. Made a new farm in Minecraft. Again, I've been on a Minecraft kick lately. I don't know what it is. Am I going to grow the stash? I'm not intentionally growing the stash. I just need to go grocery shopping and buy new razors. Maybe in the winter. I'll experiment with it. But understand this is like a week of growing. And it's basically nothing. Oh, the Capcan sticker? I got this at the Atlanta Major. It's really cute. It's by... Can we focus? It's by Electro Chimico. And I also got one from Zero Was Gone. I don't know who made these stickers. It's not the YouTubers themselves. And then I have Oxygen. And then I got this from the Atlanta Major too. Titano Rosa. They were smart enough to put their @ sign on it. And then that's a little lion. No bias towards Oxygen. They just gave me stickers. Technically, they gave Nerd Street stickers, but I stole one. Your dad made the 2 stickers? Tell me he should put his Twitter ad in the stickers next time. That's dope, though. Yeah, I've had them since Atlanta. Those are the only 2 I got. I think there were a bunch, though, weren't there? Do we have stats for attacking win rate in games where Monty was not banned? No, but I can calculate that for you in a couple minutes. Let me do it. Let's do it together, chat. Let's calculate this this stat. I don't have it on hand, but I can get it. I'm going to do it from the Manchester Major, just because that's the easiest database available. So we're going to want this sheet. I'll show you how I do this. So this is my spreadsheet. Ignore the fact that I'm scamming Microsoft. We're going to turn this. Each row here is a round that was played at Manchester. We're going to quickly turn it into a table. We're going to have to do it once for when he was banned by the attackers, or once by when he was banned by blue team, and once banned by orange team. So this is... Oh, shit. No, this is annoying. Hold on, let me think. This actually might be too hard. I can definitely do it, but it might be too hard to do before map 2 starts. We'll do our best. I'm going to put this on my second monitor, and we'll see if I... Oh, they're actually already starting. All right, well, sorry. I tried. The problem is... The problem I ran into is each row represents a round, and the round does record the winner of the round. But it doesn't record which side the round wins. So it... Here's what it records. It would have recorded to say that Dark Zero is the winning team. It would have recorded that Dark Zero is the blue team. And it would have recorded that blue team started on attack. But I would need to get a row that says, like...
Nonetheless, though, something else that's important is
the attack won the round. Which I could do, but it'd be a bit of a complicated formula for Excel, and I didn't have time.
Very stock standard bands. The only difference from
that data is Ubisoft exclusive, unfortunately.
Because of the power position that is the area of piano that she can really lock down, as well as other.
Jacob's signature on your bra. I remember that.
Kitchen being a absolute pain.
Blackout. I'll link your dad now. Shout out. I'm gonna give him a follow too.
Forgive me. And that was the one map in the best of 3 that they beat Makers, who now is a 3-1 team. They lost.
Why don't they post these things? So they do post. They don't post the.
There's your little bit
they
of
don't
history on those maps.
distribute the CSV files publicly. But like they do post the numbers. It's just very hard to like scrape and build your own database with. Those numbers that I used directly fill these stats here. And this is just ubisoft.com/esports. So the numbers I was referencing directly fill these match pages.
What are you really giving up? You're giving up a wall directly into sight, and you're giving up prep, which is one of the main
but
avenues.
if you want to compile them all into one spreadsheet, you'd have to like manually scrape them from the web, and it wouldn't be round by round. It would be really shit. I don't recommend it.
They've only reinforced one side of that wall.
It's not your dad. Fair. I'll still give him a follow.
And I actually missed this while we were looking back in the timeline.
Do I watch Excel Esports? I try to watch the finals every year, yeah.
Leave her on the board, but not having those castle
low key, I could do that.
Specifically for
like I'd have to train, but you give me 3 months. I'm not saying I'd win, but I could compete. I don't think I would get last.
Those castle barricades. It would really prove difficult for them to hold these positions without those castle barricades in place. So depending on if they choose to extend here or not, which I think you said it yourself, clearly they are going to, it might be a little bit harder than they anticipated without those barricades in play.
And one thing I want to point out as well from
a double TK clip from map 1. I mean, I'll watch it if you got it.
Second floor extension, which means that the operators that have been brought by Aerial Arise, they're not going to win.
Wait, sorry, the actual game we care about started.
On this basement site is because there are so many power positions that the defense can hold that are very difficult to get rid of if you aren't at equal man counts or have...
Contract aside, am I going to SI or is it too far out to decide?
Kind of throw a wrench into a lot of that.
If I don't get hired for SI...
Get that opening pick as Carnage B just does.
I probably won't go.
Valkyrie going to be relegated to her own camps. She's going to try to provide...
But I expect to get hired. I mean... I'm not signed yet, but I would be surprised if they did not hire me.
Not bringing the Warden is, I believe, just in my opinion, a huge misstep, right?
I know we watched that type. Well, we watched the final round.
try to take some of that verticality here. So they're going to put a pinch.
Shit is
move on.
insane.
Blitz starting to put himself.
All right,
inside. It's the body
Oregon,
bounce tip
my
in favor
favorite
of
map.
Carnico.
I love
It's
watching
kind of
Oregon.
exactly
I
what
love
we
how
saw in the
every
last
round
map.
is
We need
exactly
to
the
see
same.
something different
I
here.
want to watch
Now,
Oregon
pushing
till I
towards that
die.
shooting
I
area,
hate
does
new
have
and
the
interesting
shotgun out,
maps.
ready to take the engagement, but instead they're going up. They're going to put.
I
That
can't
vertical
believe.
pressure
I
onto
love
him,
watching
then
Oregon
send it down, but a
basement.
C4 says no, sir. As French gets taken
Defenders
off the
are
board,
winning
Asian
Oregon
quickly to follow.
basement.
That's
Oh
gonna put
my
the man
god.
advantage into the
I love
defense's
this
hands
map.
and make them start to feel a little bit more better. It's the
I've
basics.
done some
They
work in
have the body
SQL.
bounce. Now all they have to do is rely on that trade game and stall out the time here. So,
Yeah,
put
I
themselves
do
up top,
use
start
SQL.
Opening up some of these rotates, start to open up some of that vertical pressure. Still have, I guess, this 2 can openers left.
I could run a Python script to get that data as well.
Still able to put that pressure on that they're going to need.
But I
Blitz
just
coming
haven't,
down the
and it's
back stairs into
too
freezer.
difficult to
He's gotta deal with
program
some of
something
that,
in Python script
oil
between maps in a
canisters, which are
BO3.
gonna slow him down just slightly, but with 39 seconds left on the board, starts to feel a little bit tougher here for Carnico. Smokes come out.
First siege event since you
Blitz
started
to
watching
push up
2019.
into the
That's
freezer
hype.
area. The
I should be
rotate
there.
around. There's the
Definitely
Candelas.
reach out.
This is the distraction
If you're in the
we're talking about.
Discord,
Can they
actually, we always do a
capitalize on it here?
Discord meetup
Going back and forth,
at these
looking for that
events.
opening, looking for that misstep.
So if you're in the
It's a couple
Discord,
shots fired towards the feet, but he's gonna miss in
we'll
the
do a
back
little
corner
Discord
here.
meetup,
Blitz does get
and
taken down.
I should be able to
Now
see you
all the
there.
shoulders of Vigo
Otherwise,
find the
it can be
double.
tough sometimes to
Puts
find
themselves with a
time
real
to do
uphill
signings and
climb.
stuff, but
Vector to clean it up.
being in my Discord is the best way to get notified with that. And find me if you want to meet me at LAN.
That WildCard Aces were holding.
You were at the Manchester meetup with
They
Gas?
lost that
Hell
opening
yeah.
in Teddy. The fact that they were able to.
No, we always
bring
do
that
a-
back
a- a
and then
big
some
group
of the way
picture. It's
they
always fun.
held onto
Was my
security
reaction to
like that.
W7M winning
They
SI?
got they got the pick on
Watching
two
W7M win
effective
SI, I was
slots
like
on
in
the
the
floor above them,
the VIP
as well
section
as
at the
on
top of the
Asian
arena,
when he
and
tried
I was next to
walk into
Carter,
security
and that
to get
arena
the
was
free
hot as
flag.
balls.
And
So
those two
Carter
things
had his
just
shirt
combined
off,
were
and when they
really
fucking
potent
won,
to deal with
it literally
for
was like
Carnico.
swinging the
They
shirt
couldn't
around.
end up getting
Lynx, by the
over
way,
that
not
hurdle.
Carter.
There's
Lynx was like
potentially been fished
swinging
with a
their
little
shirt
more
in the air
pressure
and
onto
just like
Fraser, a little bit more awareness of a
championing
Fraser
the
player,
victory.
perhaps.
It was an
But
experience.
That is going to set WildCard Aces up for.
You found me through my
some
YouTube.
success this half, as they
Jacko,
managed
I
to kinda
literally
take
had a
the
meeting
not
today
quite free win
about
side,
doing more
but
YouTube content.
the side they
Yes,
are kind of
that's
expected
actually
to
a
win on
crazy
this
timing that
quarter.
you've come in from
And
that.
so now they have to
Welcome to
start
the
working
stream.
things on these other sites that are, while still good, not
I had a
quite
meeting with my
the
editor
same
this
level of
morning,
potency as the basement.
and I think we're gonna pivot from TikTok
Still
content to
expect
more
the
focused on
Saints to
YouTube
win for
content in the
most part,
future.
right? This is a good defense. They've got some slow down game. Being
I'm
brought
just so
out,
sick
get
of
some
TikTok.
pace setters here.
I think it's such a
And, of
fucking
course, that little bit
horrendous
of aroma
platform.
we'll see down playing in that security and kitchen area. Expect it to be.
Can I leak SI
out
location?
and dealt with.
I could,
We'll
but I
find
won't.
out if that's going to be the case on the side of the attackers.
Exclamation point YouTube.
Often for that double hard breach, but not necessarily the operators that you necessarily see being.
Oh
blocked.
yes,
Normal
the double
is
TK
the
clip.
Havana.
Hold on.
So some of that long range, and of course those pellets. that
Quick
can
double TK for the
In
fans.
5.
Everything.
Oh my god, that's so loud.
Oh
but-
my.
And we're going to see the new operator onto the board as well as the striker bringing those EMPs. So going to set themselves up for a little bit of a breach.
Is it with the C4?
We see some early
No!
damage being done as Asian takes
I've done
Teddy
that.
off the board again.
Admittedly, I have
Board
done that.
Quickly to follow, which means those smokes and are going to be dealt with, and it just is falling apart. Ali now into a 5v2. Still 2 minutes left on the board.
Okay.
Several bodies fall the way
Anyways, looks
of
like Carnico are gonna win this
Carnico,
round.
which kind of creates a body imbalance in their favor. It's going to put a lot of pressure on
Regarding
Foresight in this
SI24,
closet
when did a
position
team achieve
to
a
try to
6-0
bring
attacking half on
something back.
Oregon?
Carnico knows
Did that
exactly
happen?
where he is, and they're able to apply a good bit of pressure on him just with the fact that they have so many more bodies.
Are you quizzing
He's
me
gonna
or
start
asking
rotating
me?
around and seeing if he can find something, but this freedom that this min advantage has given Carnico allows them to get so spread out and apply so much more pressure. Benz does fall, but that doesn't help things as much.
Impact goes out, does a little bit of damage, and then it just gets cleaned up immediately. Carnico able to take that round on the second floor very
Asking.
decisively.
I don't
Man,
think anybody
that
did.
is a little bit more
I don't
of
think
what we
anybody had a
saw in
6-0
that
attacking
first
half on
map,
Oregon.
right? Get in, take space, click heads, and then round over.
There were lots of 6-0 defending halves in the
Yeah,
grand
Carnico did a
finals.
very good job of working the
What?
pressure
FaZe had a
on
6-0
top
defending
of
half on
ways
Cafe in the
that
grand finals,
force these
and then
Wildcard Aces
W7M had a
to
6-0 defending half on
just kind of take these
on
awkward
Nighthaven,
rotations
famously.
or
to win the tournament.
Forced to die in the spots they're in.
Was it 6-1? No, they lost round 7, didn't they? I don't think it was actually a 6-0 defending half.
When they start to lose those bodies. But Karnako,
Tell Axe to play more Siege. He's been playing too much Elden Ring. That's what that guy's been playing too much of.
Figure out what that looks like. And so they're going to know how to counter that and that it's coming. So when people do,
I do feel bad for Lax.
It doesn't work out as well.
I know he like enjoys playing games that are not Siege more, but he just gets such better viewership when he plays Siege.
Kind of strange with the way he plays. He likes to get.
So Lax is kind of in a tough spot where he kind of has to decide whether he wants to stream what he enjoys or what his viewers enjoy. Which I think, to be fair, is a lot of Siege content creators.
But against these teams that have done a little
it was 6-1
and are more proficient with clearing the map and holding space, it hasn't been working as well. And both of these rounds, that's
is this dining? No, this is meeting, and they have a mirror window all the way in showers. Interesting.
Yeah, and that's huge, right? Because that roam being so prevalent in the late round, getting him off the board.
My prediction is Abenai gets absolutely shit on by a blitz.
Have to deal with the site and the bunker down. Yeah, it takes a lot of the pressure off. So double hard breach going to come out here as we see the first.
Sentier kills Abenai opening pick. That's my prediction.
On the board. I love it. Open up sites.
Spiff could also kill him from below if the blitz comes in and just like pushes him back. He's pushing now. The observer's a little lost. I literally called that. All right. Fair enough. He pushed him back and Spiff at the cross. Really clean clear of that smoke. A lot of teams are not playing the smoke in that position anymore because good attacking teams clear that smoke really, really effectively. And I think teams are starting to figure out that like there's just no way for the smoke to play there and like actually have good impact. It's something that SSG got absolutely shit on for in Manchester was playing Ashen on smoke on that staircase.
With the first round, it was kind of the
and I just think good teams just know how to clear that smoke position way too strong. I like this push a lot. I'm about to praise this push. Dude. The team kills today? I gotta interrupt myself. At least he got Karn. I'm gonna, yeah. Okay. This is a push that many teams were running with Osa. They ran Blitz Glaz instead. So much better. So much better. Running that push Blitz Glaz, running that push with Osa, not as good.
His teammates and
love that.
Have those positions to where they're kind of forcing the defense.
Most game-specific creators, true.
Let Karnako just kind of
as long as they play one game for long enough, you typically do get burned out.
It's a pretty difficult task to actually get back in and kind of peek him through the
SSG also got shit on in all their games. Fair. Fair. SSG had a bad major in general. But that position in particular was very unsuccessful for Space Station.
If this goes like the previous map did, if Karnako have the same mastery of Oregon defense as they did.
Nah, W7M versus FaZe Clan is the greatest game in Rainbow Six history.
Put a really awkward
full stop.
As another 5-1 half for WildCard.
A shirt that says I hate Osa shields.
I don't think it's going to be something they're going to be able to come back from as Karnako.
I just think she needs a buff.
They're proficient on every side, kind of no matter where they go.
At least we got into Swiss, unlike G2. That is fair. Hey, SSG fans, you'll always have that. You're not G2. And G2 can't even hold the hammer above your head because you guys want to hammer too once upon a time. Although they do have 2. Technically, they have 3.
Plenty of skill to be able to hold off any sort of quick push that might be being brought to the table. But on the other side of it, it's double.
Iconic has been grouped in the last 4 major events. Yeah, I hope he can recover from his injury and come back stronger. But I don't know. I don't know for Iconic.
Is the right call here, and if they don't spot it out in time, could be disastrous for WildCard.
He just has some utility and rotate holes up there with him as well.
Fens is on a fucking heater today. Fens woke up and said, I'm not fucking losing.
And
oh, we didn't run a prediction for this game, chat.
It's going to be completely gone now, along with the entirety of Abunai. Emilio does look to get something back, but Karnako,
okay, here's the prediction. How many attacks
5 versus 3
do wildcard aces win?
That makes this site work so well.
0,
10 times better with that
1 to 2, 3 to 4, or 5 plus.
Bunkered back down now.
I give you 2 minutes. Yeah, I take it for granted they're not winning this attack. 2-man disadvantage attacking the strongest bomb site in the game. Their Grim is dead. They do have a Ying.
maybe into
All
sight
3
if
players
they
are going to be
clear
pushing
out some of
front.
those critical push
They did
point
pop the Miro,
positions.
which is nice.
Man, it is a uphill battle.
They don't have
First
nothing
take
going
off
for
board.
them, but
Teddy
it's
gonna
a
find
bad spot
Asian,
for sure.
Gonna get a little bit closer in equalizing the score line, but still is going to be a tough climb in, especially with those boil canisters going down.
We're going to see them start popping those canisters as well to hold off Wildcard Aces a little bit. The Warden still being alive also means that Ying is going to be a little bit less effective as
Use your smokes.
Ben
What are we doing
is
here?
going to be able to peek
Ying
through
has
it, and
smokes.
We've seen how lethal his gun is
Use
so
them.
far. There's only a minute
Use the
left
smokes.
Here. Wildcard Aces are trying to make something
I mean,
work.
I get
Teddy
that
makes
you're
it
fragging,
easier,
but, like,
there's still an uphill battle.
Right now, the shots come up.
You're
the trade
literally
does
in the
come
middle
out.
of
That
an
puts us
open
into a
room.
2-2
Use the fucking
low health
smokes to push
scenario
up.
As the Ying is on that 19 HP, takes a couple of shots, but it's the shot.
And now his whole team has
Sent here
died.
to find
And now he's like,
Util
oh,
off the
I have
board, starts hitting him
Util.
in some candelas,
Brother,
down uphill climb, and it is gonna
you
be
have
Ying
2
sent
smokes in
here
your
going to
pocket.
find another.
That is like, the reason it's a little frustrating is because that is like
center of attention
the
that
place
round
in
with
all of
that
Siege to use
3K,
smoke
and
grenades.
He plays his position so well.
Like, that's
and
where you use smokes.
really all of
Because
Gauntlet
that's
kinda
such
played
like a
that
no man's land. It's so
really,
tough to
really
get through that.
perfectly. They get
Not
those
using
2 picks
smokes
on
there
their
is
own, and
insane
then
to me.
Immediately fall back. They
I
go
get
back
that
to
like
the site,
he had a
they
lot
gotta
of pressure
fall
and
back
it's like a
to
little
these
risky,
predetermined
but if you don't use the
positions,
smokes, you just
which
always
they
die.
just kinda hold
You just always
until the
lose if you
round
don't use the
and
smokes.
until the round
So you
is
may as well
over
use
and
the
until
smokes, and like if
Wildcard
you get
is
caught throwing them by bad
trying
timing,
to
sucks.
actually get into the site itself. Now we're gonna see Karn & Co.
Have a
go
good time,
back
Basement.
up to
Appreciate the
second
sub once
floor
again.
Here for their second defense, nothing uncommon, but I think they're kind of starting themselves off,
Especially
on a
after
little
killed the
bit
Warden?
better
Yeah.
of a foot than we saw
Yeah,
Wildcard
definitely.
Aces on, as the mastery they've shown.
All right,
of
what
the
are the people
defense here
predicting
and
for
of
Wildcard's
the way
attacks?
they work the map to get
99%
these
of
picks
channel
to
points were
hold
spent
what
on
the attack is
Wildcard
doing
winning 1 to 2
has kind
attacks.
of been a step above what we have seen from Wildcard Aces.
Spy
which does make
62
sense
and
'cause we have
Kretsu
people like Spit,
could
who
just
was at
could
one
win
point on a top
the
four
fucking
team in the
channel point
world.
gambit of a lifetime.
But regardless, it's not the position you want to be in if you're Wildcard Aces.
And now
99% bet that Wildcard would win 1 to 2 rounds. Spy 62 bet they'd win 0, and Kretsu gave them 3 to 4.
Castle adaptation. I love it. Force you to expend some.
Yeah, the Observer
util,
did just
kinda
troll
force
there.
some of the
That's
players that
unfortunate.
you're allowed to bring to the table
No, this
because
is
you have
food.
to deal with
This
those
is
abuse of
beans.
those
Someone put
super
beans
effective
inside the
devices.
computer.
And
Stony, thank you for the
already we're
prime.
gonna see some
Appreciate
action
it.
being put into the armory area. A little bit of
Stony
damage, but
420.
it's going to be
I wonder what you
Amelia
like to do.
Fens off the board, huge as Wildcard finds the first pick. And that's exactly what they needed. The thing
No hate,
is,
no hate.
can they capitalize a little bit of a reset and then start to push some of those other players who are still running around?
So, big window
Specifically
take,
the
I think.
I mean, I was going to look to
Maybe.
do that with this push onto Kitchen, which is
Yeah,
about
certainly
where
big window
Asian
take.
is located. And he is actually going to get that pick along
They got
with Crow.
everything they possibly
So
want.
a
They've cleared
really
all of
excellent
bottom
job of
floor.
dislocating these
They've
defenders
got
so
smokes
far
for big
in this
window,
round,
assuming
but
they actually
Carnage
use
Beast is
them.
gonna get
Teddy
one back
dying
onto
sucks, but it's
Teddy,
not the end of the
and
world.
that's also their primary
Did they get
heart breach
attic
off of
open?
the
I assume
board,
they
and
did
only
with
heart
the
breach they had
Grim?
left off of the board.
Or maybe the
any walls
Ace?
that Wildcard Aces might want to open are going to remain closed now.
Yeah, they must have opened attic
Some
already.
Vertical pressure being applied by Buck as the pings come out. You see that you can hear those Ying Candelas causing some disruption here. So they're trying to force.
All
some
right,
of these players
Albani's
to
going
just
big window with Kit.
dislodge them out of those critical
Buck
areas.
and Ying are going
No,
white stairs, and then
no-
Lion is going to hit
no
the
joy
back.
to be had off of switch him, except for right there. He is able to find Carnage.
Karn
on the
needs
board
to
now,
not
puts us
swing.
into
That's kind of a
4-2
tough
as more of those
death to
Candelas
lose before the
hits
push.
pings
But
coming
also,
out.
like, they're
It's gonna
pushing with
find the
Ying.
headshot, as Sentry gonna
If you just
force
wait
that
for them to
down,
push,
huh?
you're also in a really bad
That's the
spot.
plan.
So
It's
Karn kind of
starting
had to go for
down now
something.
as Grim put himself inside. It's holding from the white stairs. It's all going to be onto the shoulders
C4 missed,
of
so
the
this is just
Mute here.
GG's.
They're going to take him fairly easily.
I like that push.
That is gonna
Push
be
was
one
way
for
better than their
Wildcard.
last one. I mean, that's just the difference between like having all 5 players alive for your push, or at least like having the core of your push stay alive and being able to like go for your strat, versus
pressure they felt in the previous
having to
round
scrap together a
alleviated. We're
push
gonna see
after key
attack
players have
timeout,
already
which
gone
I
down.
think was initially supposed to be for from the previous round, but it didn't end up working.
Well, there's their
exactly
attack
the way they wanted
timeout.
it to, which is unfortunate that happens sometimes. But
I wonder
regardless,
if they'll
both
actually
teams have
count
an
that against their
opportunity
attack
now to kinda
timeouts.
Just sit back and talk about the previous
What's up,
round
Steno?
and how they want to approach the next round, and it gives especially Carnage B kind of an opportunity.
W7
to
nerf
rally
first
the
phase being the
troops and talk about
greatest.
what went
Berlin Major
wrong
had
in that
perfect
previous
pacing on
defense
perfect maps,
and
full
look to fix
OT,
that issue to bring
regulation full
themselves
OT,
up
regulation
4-2.
full OT.
Yeah,
Fair enough,
it's
Kretsu.
looking to stop that momentum, build a little
But
bit,
W7M had a miracle run through the lower bracket from the team. W7M had lost in the previous year's SI Grand Finals. They were then on a streak to win everything else. W7M versus FaZe had two twin brothers playing in the finals.
That's the conversation that's going on right now. It says, you know what?
FaZe versus Rogue will go down as one of the greatest games of all times, but it does not top SI24 Grand Finals.
Certainly do agree. We're going to see.
It does hold the record for the longest Rainbow Six game of all time.
Fens and Asian are going to be
so
on
there's
the
that.
There's the Fens bringing that Valkyrie out, and Asian bringing the Oryx. And the Oryx is going to give Asian this freedom to walk around.
You'd rather watch Rogue versus FaZe? That's insane.
Rotates kind of on command.
I mean, maybe it's just because that event was absolutely ridiculous for me personally. But that game, literally, I was so exhausted dead by the end of that game.
That can be very valuable to Karn & Co.
After that game ended, the after party, like, credit to the people who set up Berlin Major. The after party just started at like 1 a.m. and it went to like 5 a.m. And I missed my shuttle to the airport. I had an early morning flight on Monday after that event. I missed my shuttle with the airport because I was out with Joe Bro getting kebabs.
No warden on the board to be able to deal with that, so still could be a pretty.
I ended up just Ubering to the airport. I still made my flight, but that was kind of funny.
Vertically, horizontally, definitely gonna make his presence.
Brazil versus Brazil is so boring. The story doesn't matter to me.
Gonna be one of those ultimate,
I think that's an opinion shared by a lot of people.
So take a look up into the tower here. Start to put some pressure onto the Frost as they do get a drone in.
But I just don't think you're engaging with the storylines enough, then, to be honest with you.
I think that's going to be the win condition. Fens to find Teddy.
I agree. It's nice when somebody from your region can be in the finals. And that can be, you know, it gives you somebody more to cheer for. But if you couldn't, like, find a reason to cheer for W7M or FaZe, both of you had ridiculous storylines, I feel like you're just not that invested. Which is fine, you know, that's not your fault. That's the esports fault for not hooking you in enough. But I think a lot of people had good reasons to be invested in that game, regardless of the region that was playing.
Over towards Spiff in this trophy position. But they've kind of left Karn alone over where he is.
Going for their second, Wildcard Aces are not in that bad of a spot because they can definitely put together an attack here. I actually think the voters were too harsh on Wildcard.
Preserve his life and look to fight another day.
Just in time, too.
Oh, God.
And there's the shot.
Karn & Co. are fucking nasty, though, admittedly.
Shots there, and that's the man advantage. Back into the favor of Karn & Co. here. And yeah, just in time got down those stairs and avoided that Yin Candela.
This is, like, very similar to the last round.
They haven't dealt with the tower. They haven't dealt with the roamer that is down below. And so Buck's starting to open up here. He's right by the stairs. This could be a huge move.
It's really going to come down to what can Foresight do.
Actually, it's a full bunker back.
What can Foresight do pinching in from Attic? Is he going to come Attic? I think no, he's not. They left Attic. All right.
Get all their eggs in.
They're fishing for a pick using Brim and Buck before they execute. They don't want to execute 3v4, but I think they're going to have to. No shot, bro.
Oh my lord, and trades come out, taking us into a 2v2.
They frag, it doesn't matter? Foresight is crazy? What the fuck was that? Oh, Wildcard troll, or sorry, Karn trolled. Karn & Co. trolled that so hard. That's free. Diffuse Kit was down in a frost mat. That was so free. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. Two attacking round wins already from Wildcard Aces. This is looking very good for the guy that bet that they get 4 rounds. Or 3 to 4 rounds. Quick check-in and, oh boy. Snake doesn't even need to drop 20 to absolutely shit on them on Cafe, apparently.
Especially with the way that they're kind of throwing a couple of these man advantages.
You've been in queue for 15 minutes. How long till it pops? Might be worth leaving and going back in.
That's going to be what is going to be the adaptation.
I've had the bug a lot recently where like you're just in queue for an hour and then it kicks you out.
Way out, but Lunar is going to hit the site, and now Snake is upstairs all on his lonesome. It's 3 for
Chat, Snake is currently 10-0. Oh, he dies! I was about to ask, do you think he loses this? The answer is yes.
Not quite sure where he went. He lost him, and now Poison on the actual floor. The objectives is, and you.
All we gotta do is start watching. Uplink have a chance.
We've seen a lot of blitz play from Karnako here, with Center playing it each time, and it's been working out pretty well for them, as they're good at isolating the position. They're good at using him to isolate positions.
Honestly,
and
Dark Zero,
apply
VP,
a
and
good bit
Liquid
of
take the top 3
pressure
spots. Util
in
meta was the
ways
best
that
meta.
WildCard Aces haven't been super equipped to
I think you
deal
want
with.
FaZe
And I
before
think
you
the
want Liquid,
goal of
if you want
this
that Util meta,
Blitz pick
but
here is more for the roam clear than the actual execute itself.
fair enough.
Is if you can figure out where one of the roamers is and if they're in an isolatable position. If you send a blitz running at him and then have someone peek him from another angle, it's not a fight that you're going to be super comfortable in.
Brazilian dominance was wearing on me. It was awesome to see a single team win once in a row. I think the storyline if W7M lost in SI Grand Finals and then won everything for a year is a good storyline. If they continue to win every other major for the next like 3 years, that would get boring and bad. But I think 1 year of dominance is like enough to where it's not getting boring. It's kind of perfect that that W7M, aka Furia, are no longer winning everything because I mean, we'll see what Esports World Cup in Montreal look like, but it's a good time, I think.
Now they're going to try to get this blitz into T1, get this position isolated, and they do get Emilio out, but they don't manage to get him down. And we see Abinai fall back to the site here along with Foresight.
Again, Oregon basement, just the easiest bomb site to defend in the entire game. I do like the op lineup from Karn. I mean, you've got a ton of smokes. You got 6 smokes to come through. You got Candelas. Warden is a problem for sure. But you could hit front here and like try to dodge the Warden if you want. That might be what they're going for.
A lot of first floor real estate now had for free.
They're just gonna take a minute to like open all
some of
the
those hatches, start
open
to
all the
put some of
hatches.
that pressure on, hopefully catch somebody, not necessarily rotating back to side as we are completely bunkered back down, but maybe somebody looking to go deal with some of those Candelas that are coming
Plus
out.
62 like your name? Yo, let's go.
That the blitz was
Year of
previously
NA
displayed.
domination.
Now C4 does go out, does a bit of damage, reducing blitz.
I do
down
think
to
NA
the
is
1
gonna
HP
start
area.
winning some more
Warden now
tournaments. I do
gets
think
going.
NA will
Make
keep
sure
winning
that the
tournaments.
flashes
I don't
are
know if
not
it's gonna be
be
pure
as
domination.
effective. So there it is. Yin Candelas start to come out as they're putting the pressure on from above, and there's some damage done onto the Twitch, and we're going to see the blitz fall as well. Now puts us into a 4v3. As no
I mean,
trade
this
was
is
there.
so
Foresight
doable because they killed the
sent her
Warden.
off the board.
They killed the one
And now
operator that
puts the
counters all their
pressure onto
util.
the
The
attack
problem is
side
they've now
as they're
wasted
looking-
all of their flashes, all of their
looking
smokes,
to
and they
kill
didn't
onto the
really
Mira.
get very much ground off
Nothing really
it.
to be had there.
They
Smoke
can
taking
try a
lot of
plant.
real
I
estate.
mean,
Now take that pillar area.
there's only one
towards the
C4.
back. Fenn's gonna find
If they can
him
dodge
off the
this
board.
one
Now puts us
C4,
into a 3-3, but the push into elbow goes
nah.
wrong as it's now put into a 2-2. Fenn's yet
Well,
again finding Teddy off the board.
hold on,
Now
hold on.
it's all gonna rest
Still
on the
doable.
shoulders of Emilio and Foresight.
Insane swing, but it pays off.
That's gonna be
Insane
down,
swing from
defeated.
Foresight.
Chops onto the freezer.
His ego is
Still
kind of
damage, but
unmatched
not
at the
nearly
moment.
enough. Try to potentially get the homie back up, but it's a risky situation here, and they do it.
Woo,
with the
he
swing
baits!
from elbow.
Oh my God,
They're able to
Fens
find his friend,
punishes
Fens on
the
kill.
confidence!
Fens with the
Oh,
quad, break out the
Fens!
barbecue sauce
That was
for
impressive.
piece.
Wow.
Find one on
Fens
his-
actually played him like a fucking fiddle.
And really great late
Baited
round
the
play
pickup,
here from
got the
Fens.
double
Just gotta
swing off
dance
of it, and
around,
fried
getting his
both
teammate
of them.
back
I'm
up,
telling
and
you,
get all of the
Fens is
picks that
on
he
one
needs
today.
In very quick sequence. And
Has
he's able to
NA
bring
ever
back
dominated a
lot of
year?
that
No.
round that looked
No, not
kinda
really.
lost for Karn and
Europe
Co,
have dominated,
especially-
Brazil have
especially
dominated.
Since they did lose that round the previous time around.
Year
It's
one was
good that
probably
they're
the
able to pull that
closest.
back
Actually,
into
did
it
NA
and
not dominate
largely
year
off the
one?
back of a hero play from Fens. Now, WildCard Aces are going to go
not
back
really.
as kind of the only sensible
They dominated the
decision
second
in this
half of year
situation, in
one.
my
They won
opinion.
back-to-back Pro League
And
into
the
SI,
Blitz
but
play,
like,
right, didn't
that
work
doesn't
out
really
as well as I
count
think
as
they would've
domination.
liked, but they're going to go back to it again.
I'll go
So
on record saying
we've
I
kinda
think
seen
NA
something
would have
that tangled
dominated
thing that didn't work,
the
that they're
COVID year.
gonna look
had-
to try and adapt and
had there
make
actually
work
been
better
tournaments
this
to
time, whether
dominate.
It's putting him in a different position, or maybe just working that opening pick against Abinai more effectively than they did this previous round.
NA have never won 3 tournaments in a row.
They're still gonna bring that
NA's won
pressure
2
to the
tournaments in a
table,
row
try to deal
twice.
with that
Continuum
shit
winning
that's been
back-to-back,
said the other day.
in
We've
year
seen
one,
since Monty has
SI
been banned out
and
so
Pro League.
often that we're starting to see Blitz kinda
And then
utilized in that same play. It's just
TSM
a
winning
little tough,
SI
right?
into
He's
Dark
got
Zero
more
winning
points
Charlotte was
of
NA
contact
back-to-back.
that he can
NA
pick
has
up
never
with,
won
but
3
it's
events
enough
back-to-back-to-back,
for this
though.
slower Blitz play, which I kind of enjoy, right? It's still that information gathering, and then
I think
on that turn,
SSG was set up to do really
on
well
any
during the
second,
COVID
he
year,
can just become an
meta-wise.
impactful player on a full
But they didn't really get
set,
that chance.
I just love the Blitz being utilized here. And yet again, if we've seen it just about every single round. Capitao and Ying, right? If Ying is available on Oregon, you can just about guarantee she's going to be played because she's just so great at taking up that space, and especially towards that late round execute, it just has devastating results from the verticality.
Right back.
This defense is being played a lot more close to the chest, at least for the most part, than previous defenses. But we do still have Abenai on that Oryx in a presently unknown position to me. Some pressure being applied to T1 here by Fence and Co. But so far, no one's gotten into the building yet, as they're looking to be pretty careful here. As in these past couple rounds, or in that last round specifically, WildCard Aces were fairly good about getting that opening pick and then kind of working that into a pretty awkward position, and that's not a power that you want to let them have. So now, just work things a little bit more slowly and get all your ducks in a row before you start going in.
You know, they did have 2 people up on the roam game, and I think that was the key, but Oryx moved himself back down in the site, leaving Wamai all on his lonesome. So get that information on him, they're going to potentially be able to put the pinch. And as I said, of course, he gets back down to side, taking us into a full bunker down strat now for this last minute and 10 seconds. This is going to make it a lot more difficult here for the attackers, of course, but they're going to get aggressive, potentially coming in through that blue area.
Drone work being done here, still looking to set things up before the actual execute happens. We see Fens try to get the opening pick here onto Pillar, but no one's revealing themselves so far. And this 5 versus 5 is undoubtedly going to favor the defense if it lasts into the last round.
It would have, except for now we put ourselves into a huge man advantage for Karnikos. They find themselves into a 4v2, a 4v1 as Wamai goes down, and it just absolutely falls apart for the defense, and now puts us in a really difficult position if you're WildCard.
Yeah, it does give them a very good round advantage to work from here. A 5-3, and if they're able to, even if Karnico lose this next round and it becomes 5-4, then they're going to go back onto this defenses, which they were, now that I think about it, actually not as proficient on as we would expect. But if they're able to win that basement site like they did previously, then that is still map and match points, both tied up into one.
How many attacks have... My mouse died while I was gone. All right.
Yeah,
hold on. How many attacks have WildCard won now? 2, right?
It is the go big or go home scenario, and Karnico has just got it all working for them. Even on sometimes when they're losing those opening picks, they're still just delaying so much time or taking up so much real estate and putting the pressure on that it's just WildCard Aces just being caught on the back foot just repeatedly. Some of the players, the heroes from the previous matches, just not showing up today.
It's been kind of awkward for them, and I do think a lot of it is kind of the way that Karnico is. That last round we saw things work out pretty slowly.
Jump Bridge to the Canada Major, G2 takes it. Are you insane?
Really trying to take time to
dot
their I's and cross their T's and just figure out.
Top floor is clinical from Aerial Arise.
I'm gonna fill up my water bottle too, actually.
Thanks to 2 things. The first one being that they waited and they made sure they had the information that they needed. And I know I've harped so much on Aerial Arise being passive and taking a long time, but this was not that. This was them making sure that they were ready for an explosive execute to happen, and that uplink wasn't. Very little indication that anything was about to happen, that anything was brewing whatsoever, and suddenly, boom, light switch turns on, and it's blinding based on those candelas, and suddenly you've got Aerial Arise all up around you, and that's gonna hurt bad. And that is thanks to, as I like to say, win formation.
Ariel's information
win
has been
formation.
So good. I think we've talked about more of their utility and how they've been playing, but this win formation
okay. G2 fan is called Copium.
True, actually. They play
I'm sorry.
So solely because they're picking out every single
it's hot in here.
The defense and exactly what they need to do in order to move up. Uplink is going to head back down to this first floor. They almost beat Aerial here last time.
The Karn game just went to an actual timer break, so Might be a
at
while
least
till we get
little
that
bit
one
more
back.
Committed, I feel. As soon
Also,
as
a minute
gets
20,
control of
and
areas
my
like
camera is
Wildcard,
staying strong.
which currently it's looking like it
Maybe
might
putting
be
the fan
a
on it
little
helped.
side toward this area of VIP instead, but nonetheless, as soon as they get control of these power positions, it's really difficult to try and
Does
slow
Liquid
them
have the
down.
record of losing 3
Look
finals?
At the way that Aerial Arise
How many have
changing.
Empire
They
lost?
brought a different lineup
Empire
that
slash
takes
VP.
2 different operators on
Empire
every
lost
single one of these takes.
TSM
One of them,
SI,
very obviously,
Mexico
because,
Major,
well, they did a horizontal the first time, then a vertical the second
G2
time, but
SI.
now it's different yet again.
Yeah.
Much of that due to the fact that, as evidenced by
And if they had
Briar's
beaten
winter
W7M in the lower bracket
they
finals, they
are
would have
looking
lost
for an aggressive play towards VIP
4 tournament
early
grand
on.
finals,
You
and they
need
would
to
have
clean
lost
that out,
3
because as I
SI
mentioned, that
finals.
First step of the dominoes. You clean that, then you can do whiskey, coat, small bake, large bake.
Evil
and
Geniuses
then
have
onto
also
sight.
lost 3 tournaments.
There's another one.
It's
3
only
tournament
gonna
grand
get worse for
finals.
them, and trying to swing
SI
that here
versus
and retake
Penta,
that position is going to
Paris,
be
and Milan.
a foolish endeavor. They are going to get a pick back in the form of finding Snake, but Reeves is on a heater. It's 3 for him on the round, and now they are just, once again, as you said, knocking down the dominoes. It's 4 for Brios. He's on for an ace on match point. He is going to be shut down, though, from Vipoa. The quad kill on the round to leave this man stranded.
Jesus, Snake is
He's
up to
now at
12.
40
That is
HP
actually
and has
absurd.
Effectively, the entire aerial roster to contend with still.
Am I watching Fantasy Play tomorrow?
Simple.
I actually would, Thunders, but
Just
I'm out of town tomorrow.
It's simple. Aerial Arise. Taking just a glimpse
If I was
of
home,
that
I would.
Cafe as they put themselves.
Alright,
next stage
the
of
other game is still on a timer. They're still on a break. Again, I think it's a tech pause. So we're gonna play some music. And we're gonna learn about the world with the Worldle. Chat, you're about to be amazed. French Southern Territories. I'm the fucking GOAT at this shit. I forget what if I had to get the actual island name, I could not have done it. Thank God they accepted French Southern Territories. To be fair, I was thinking of French Antarctic Territories is what I was gonna say. Borders South Africa, Antarctica. I don't have a fucking clue what that is. It's probably like Reunion or something. Because it's probably like one of the little islands by Madagascar. Fuck. What's the other French island by Madagascar? It also might not be a French island by Madagascar. That's just my best guess. I don't have a clue what that is. Seychelles? It's definitely not. Reunion? Yeah. Let's put that one. Does anybody have any guesses what that island might be? Madagascar. Heard and McDonald Islands. I never was going to guess that. It's not South African. Oh. Oh, you couldn't get the Heard. You didn't get those islands that I just fucked up as, either? Yeah. Did you get French Southern Territories at least? I don't know what the capital. I don't know what the one city on this island is called. Let's cheat and learn together. So the island is down here. Port, I think. All right.
have been resolved, and we're now
Damn,
gonna
good
cut
shit
back
spy.
to the defense. The Wildcard Aces are trying to bring their final defensive quarter of regulation.
I don't think
and
anybody in
up
chat
to
would
go
know
up
that, so
to
I
the
didn't even look at
second
chat.
floor.
I would have cheated and used that too.
Kind of, I mean, I like the call, right? Keep switching it up. Maybe try not to give any momentum. But I mean, as they had their bit of success down in the basement, I would have liked to see it again. So you're right. Send it up to the top, up to the second floor, and we're gonna bring out some slowdown here. Is Legion and fun pick Ella gonna be on the board?
You have a friend that knows
Kind of
every
seeing the
capital
rise of
city.
Ella yet again
Shit.
here in Element 3. We've seen
I
her
hate
play
capital
quite a few
cities.
times to
I love
great
like
impact.
learning countries and stuff, but
Will
I
this
can't
be
stand
the-
learning capital
will
city
this be
names.
the play that turns it around for WildCard?
I don't know why, it just doesn't interest me the same way.
No, this is food. This is beans. Someone put beans inside the computer.
Thank you, Kratzu, for gifting the sub to Spy62. Definitely deserved. Is this a loser's game? This is a decider. This is the final game of Swiss. So winner of this moves on to groups. Loser of this is eliminated.
What we're looking out for here is the opening pick game. As so far, that's been dominated by Carnico on both maps. With this map, Carnico is 6-2 in opening picks, and just having that breathing room they've been getting in the early rounds has been super valuable for them. It's allowed them to just kind of work things in ways that are highly beneficial.
So we're back to that solo roam game, which hasn't quite been the factor that I think Wildcard Aces wanted it to be. But sitting down in that basement area, you talked about Teddy being in those kind of off positions. When it's high risk, high reward, right? Because if he pulls it off, he's a hero. If he dies early, then unfortunate, that's we can.
They're
see
trying to
what
scare
the
him. They're
first
trying to
step
force
of
him
it going
back.
wrong was.
Oh, but he's got Kronk playing down. Is Kronk below?
Does go in favor
No,
of
Kronk just gets the
Wildcard
fucking
Aces,
frag from
and
Attic,
that's
okay?
huge. The second one now.
Oh,
as they
Fence
take
dies
Ace
right
off the board,
after.
And Habana now down to fall. Not completed on the ace kill, but
Okay, well,
5
this will not be a
3
Karn
or
round.
5 versus 2 now.
Just
with
some
still
aggressive
plenty
little
of
swings from
time on the
Wildcard
board,
early, gonna get them
and
that pick.
That was a huge adaptation here by Wildcard.
Do I think Beast Coast winning the major was a one-off fluke? That's really the question in my mind. I don't know.
Is recovered.
It feels like it was, but also, I mean, they're good players.
Able to take this, and
It's on them to prove that it wasn't, you know?
If they can just get another pick and start to work.
Because a lot of
themselves
teams have had
into
miracle
some
runs
other
at majors.
positions, there is still a
Team 1
chance
in
for
Mexico,
Carnival to take
Navi
this
and Tokoname.
round. But Wildcard Aces
And
are
all of
making
them
this
have
very
just
difficult
completely
as they're
floundered
leaning
after that
into this
major
mid
win.
advantage and working to
Beast
unfold
Coast, to me,
spoiler
feel
for Wildcard
different.
or for
They
Carnival
feel like a
actually
better
getting into
team
the site itself.
than Team 1 in Mexico
So
or
they do find the rest of the
Navi and
kill on the
Tokoname,
ace
or even
system
Rogue in
down.
Berlin,
That
you could
puts us
argue.
into a 5v2. 40
But
seconds left on the board, and all
they need to
pressure
prove now that,
on
like, it
this
wasn't
attack
just,
team with everything to
wasn't
do
just a
here now.
honeymoon period
Since
fluke.
there's so little time and not much that they're going to be able to do
Ceylon,
for it,
thank you for the
potential
edge streak.
for, to kind of set themselves up for a small little break, kind of talk about what went wrong in the last. Maybe Patty
No
PD
Blackbeard,
with
but
a
the
couple
L is an
kills
interesting
here.
pick.
But 20 seconds starts to tick down, takes a couple of shots onto that main hallway, still one below. Sends
This
some
is
pressure
probably
onto the closet.
Blackbeard's
Smith
best
does
site
find
in the
Teddy
game.
off the board.
It's still not a good Blackbeard site.
Not gonna, and downs the
But if you're
wine
gonna
as
run
it
Blackbeard,
goes.
this is probably the
Just
bomb
like
site to
that,
do
the
it.
6 seconds does put us into a 3v2, into a 2v2.
What
into
the
a
fuck?
2v1.
Sentier?
All of a
He
sudden,
may
a
be
1v1,
weird, but
no
he's
time
still not
left to
clutching.
do it,
Never
and
mind.
lucky that there was no time
Last
left
round of the
to do
cafe
it
game.
because they were starting to bring
I didn't see that.
back.
Oh my!
What's up, Cyano? It's been a minute. How you doing, bro? Top is Mini Siege, just a little mini game. All you gotta do is type in chat if you want to play.
We see them play a little bit separated there towards top armory stairs and the master balcony, which might have looked a little bit worrying. But the reason they're over there, when you think about it, kind of makes a lot of sense, because Centaur is able to use that utility that he has on the Zof to.
You'd
not
like to play the
quite
Mini Siege?
dislodge players on the defense.
You're
but
playing
make
it right
their
now,
lives
Felon.
more difficult, and then he
60 and
goes from
60.
that position to bottom white.
Could be
where
worse.
They're not expecting him to be there. They're expecting him to be over by Spiff, and he can get 2 picks off of that staircase. It's just unfortunate that it took so long to get to that point that Emilio
How do you
just
play?
has to win
Cyno,
the
you're
one
playing
on
right
the
now.
and then hide
You
inside
chose
the
Rook
closet
though on
for
border.
that final round win.
I
Now
don't know if I
Carnico,
believe in the Rook
they have
pick.
an opportunity to go back to the defense.
Yeah, that quarter swap now is going to put Definitely. I mean,
Okay.
I've used this
This is
term
where
a
we're going to
lot.
see, can
That
Wildcard get
pressure
up to
is so
4
present.
attacking
It's
wins?
the
They're at
pressure.
2 right now.
Wildcard is
Or no, they
definitely
just need
the
3,
one,
right?
because now they have to get it done on
Yeah,
attack,
they just
which
need 3.
hasn't necessarily been going as well.
Unfortunately, they're probably going to have to attack.
So, down to the
No, they
basement,
get an extra
a little
site,
bit of
don't
that
they? They don't go
classic
straight to
hold,
dorms after
bring out
this.
a
They're going to lose
ton
this round.
of
Let's write this one
area
off.
denial, right? Smoke, Fenrir, Goyo being brought onto the board. Of course, we have to have the Warden when the Ying is available. But huge defensive.
They
play,
should at
really
least.
focused
Rook on border isn't terrible.
bunkering down, right? Only 2 players. Or
It's
2
not the
players
worst
are
map for
around
Rook,
the
but
row,
I still would
specifically, Warden being in that
advise
mid
you to
tower
play
and
better
Fenrir
ops.
being a menace on the first floor.
Gives them enough offside presence to delay this push.
I truly believe Rook is a never
but
pick.
Not so much that a man count can be attained and run away with.
I think right now in
It
meta,
looks like
I think in
Wildcard Aces
today's
want to try
meta,
to circumvent a little bit
if
of
you're
this,
playing
though, and
serious,
quickly get themselves into
Rook,
more awkward
Thunderbird,
positions,
and
but
Cav
Chrome
are all never
is
picks.
almost killed off from a
I don't
player
think they
inside
have
a big
any situation
tower.
where they're
The fact
better
is
than the
they deal this
alternatives.
damage, then immediately fall back to the site and just look to preserve the man count and leave the other roamers to their devices and see what kind of tricks they're able to pull off.
Almost disaster for the Brava. 6 HP and a dream. Tough position to find yourself in, but they've got the intel, of course, that Warden is still probably, or that Warden was sitting up there, but he's rotated back down. So almost a full bunker back down here outside of the
God,
city.
Oregon is so
City
slow and
under
fucking
stage.
boring, bro. This is
Himself
every
back there.
Oregon
Fenrir
game,
put
too.
Some of those gadgets out. He did have that nerf.
Thunderbird is not useful. Thunderbird's the worst of the 3.
So 2F taken.
I need more emotes.
Pressure
Give me
on
some
the first floor,
ideas.
drive that smoke out of there, and then start to set up for that.
What's wrong with
exit.
Rook?
It's a minute and
Nothing's
12
wrong with Rook. They just don't provide enough value. Rook doesn't have to be good. He has to be better than the other options to make him a worthwhile pick,
and if someone
right?
tries to rotate down without getting him out of this position, then that could potentially be a free pick. That does mean, though, that he is very isolated, and that could be a pick for the attackers. But they just think it's clear. They don't know he's there.
Yeah, huge play. Who expects somebody to be sitting there, except for maybe Teddy, who would do the same thing on defense? So yeah, that could be the ultimate.
An Excel
move here.
emote?
So
That's not a bad idea.
Pressure in towards that blue area, and
A little
see the line
spreadsheet.
being Go out as they take some real estate, and there it is.
Okay, Kronk was 1
Smoke
HP, but he
gonna
is now
find the kill.
dead.
He wasn't
They're
dealt
gonna clear
with.
the
Kronk is
pixel
off the
shields.
board, and that puts us now into man advantage, going heavily in
Bad
favor of
timing.
Karnako.
Really bad
Themselves
timing
at
from
4v3,
Karn.
but 2 members
That's just
drop, Ying
unlucky.
and Line dealt with.
Thankfully, his
Now a
teammates have this
3v1
shit under
ball on the
control.
shoulders of Ash, takes a couple of shots towards the freezer area, couple of pop shots, but not going to be enough. 11 seconds in which to find 3 kills, and Spiff's going to clean it up.
I like the way that roam went for Karn and Co. there. I mean, it wasn't much of a roam, I guess, and the way that WildCard is cleared, it didn't directly contest it a ton, but the way they played it, they kind of masked the fact that Center was in that position on the wood stack, and so they just didn't know he was there, which allowed him to get the opener onto Kronk and then fall back pretty immediately. And he was still able to get into a position to use his gadgets.
You're a fan of Rook over
aid in
Doc.
the
For Doc to
time
work,
denial
roamers need to
that
come back to site to get healed.
Karnako were looking
For Rook, they're
for
guaranteed
in
20
those
extra
last few
HP.
seconds.
But neither of these
So the
operators
thing
are
is that
brought
we're
for their
not gonna
actual
see
ability to like
Centerfold
give you
that we saw
HP.
previously from Karnako.
The
We're
reason
seeing
why
this
you
kitchen
play
being
Doc
above
over
site,
Rook is because
which
you
is
need
the
to be able to
least
survive
favorable
like
that you typically
2
see
frag
in
grenades.
rotation.
Or you need to be able
But
to
I think
survive
the
like
idea
an
is
entire
just to
2
force
Capital Firebolts.
WildCard Aces to
Rook is
look at
only
something
played
that's
in positions
completely
where
new
he wants to
instead of
survive a ton
having
of
something
util
that
being
they've
thrown at him.
won 2 times, which they know they're comfortable on.
And
And
so
to
Doc
do
just
that
has
at match
more
point is a
HP
pretty
effectively
solid
than
idea.
Rook does. Like,
Yeah,
Doc's never
potentially
healing other
amount
people,
to the win
usually.
here. This is if
Like,
you're,
Doc
if
and
you
Rook are
just
very
joined
selfish
us, Karnako
operators. It's
did
not about
take
really
map
healing your
number 1,
teammates.
and they did it
Yeah, sometimes it's
dramatically.
helpful
So
as a
this is
bonus.
do or die
But
situation
90% of the
for
time, you're
WildCard
playing Doc
Aces,
because you're
so
sitting
it's
in a
all on
corner
the line for 'em. And they
that
brought
doesn't have a
intel
direct
below
gunfight
the
angle on
rim
it,
and the line.
and you
They
don't
brought
want to
out
get
and
naded.
really
You
tried
don't
to
gonna
suss
you
out
don't want to
where
get
the heck
Capital
this
bullied.
roam game is, because
So
if
that's
the
like the
overload
niche
is so
of Doc,
consistently,
right?
Impactful,
Rook doesn't
they're
do
gonna
that.
have to take
If
the
Rook is
extra
sitting in a
time
corner,
to
you throw 2
deal with
Capital
it.
bolts at
And
Rook,
what
Rook
do
dies.
we have? It's Ella up on the 2F, being supported by Sentry.
Chalet
So
Library is a
still
great example.
pretty tough
Rafters
game
on
up top.
Clubhouse
You know
can
that
work
they
as
know
well.
they're there. Ooh, and that's a great way to start it. Malusi getting taken down off the board. Zemilio is able to find the headshot there. Does
Like,
put
an
us
extra
into
little
a
bit of
5v4
HP is just like
situation.
not
They're
why
gonna
you're
start
bringing these
opening up,
operators.
into split, and potentially we might see getting in and getting a plant down.
Those look like they might want to go for something a little bit.
Sentry's rocking shield and BP. BPs are really good on this bomb site. Obviously, you get the BP just in sight to watch towards tower. It's actually not where he put the BP, though. Where is it?
Center in the same position we saw him in last time, which might not work as well the second time.
Fens just isn't watching it, so we may never know.
Unfortunately for him, does not work out well as Kronk manages to get that pick.
Both dead defenders choose not to watch the bulletproof camera that is somewhere. Maybe it's like completely worthless.
And it's going to force all of Karn & Co. to be a little bit more aggressive to try to get
Dorm's main hall. Okay, it's top floor. Yeah, it's kind of worthless.
Take a look around. They're going to notice that the site here is potentially free outside of that verticality. They sense the open hatch, which means they know they're going to have to put it on the backside. But Asian is going to find Grim off the board as the line ping goes out, revealing the location of both Sentry and Smoke. So that position that you talked about is.
Do you guys think Recruit would be too busted if they could bring the same secondary utility twice?
Go ahead and stick it.
Like, imagine if Rook could bring, or imagine if Recruit could bring 6 flashbangs.
Right. Okay. So the rotate upstairs. They're going to try to deal with that vertical pressure.
Would that be too broken?
Foresight takes him off the board. Now puts us into a 4v2. Puts on close.
Oh yeah, this is for the channel points, isn't it?
But no real chance to long arm.
Oh, Karn aren't winning this. Karn are not winning this. And that's officially another wild card attack. Done and dusted. Oh my god. Unless they go too crazy and get a ton more attacks, it's looking very, very good
up in these last couple rounds.
For Kretsu.
Do have another defensive round here before we go into overtime, which they're going to spend on kids.
4 smokes is just Sens, but better. True.
It's a site that they really struggled on previously, is the way Wildcard Aces were working the picks and working down the utility.
That works 1 in 100 rounds.
Something they struggled to deal
the Doc Rook strat? Or the Doc strat in a corner? It works pretty consistently in Pro League.
The Wildcard Aces are
maybe your ranked team's better, but
going into this bomb site.
You see teams run. We saw teams running it yesterday, and it worked yesterday.
Nothing much, right? Still bring the mute to stop that intel. Still going to rely on some of that.
Oh, the Rook revive.
Stop some of that.
Yeah, Rook revive is kind of whatever.
Down to get in and play objective-based gameplay. I think the big thing here is going to be who is going on.
All right, my bad.
Obviously, Orc's going to be an impactful player for that. He's heading down into that back stairs. I don't know if he's been sussed out necessarily. But are we going to bring more than one?
Do I think Virtus Pro have having a close series against BDS means that they're back in the meta?
To get real aggressive to try to tie it up.
I don't think the meta is what hurt Virtus Pro. I mean, maybe it was. Okay, I do think meta changes hurt Virtus Pro.
I think 4 members, yeah, it's going to only be the Oryx out on the road.
But like, I don't think Virtus Pro needed to like wait for the meta to get better. If that's what you're asking, I think Virtus Pro have just adapted. And I do think it means they're back. It's too little to really know. We'll find out when VP play another game in September. Play their next official game in September. But I think they probably are back. I think there's a good chance of that. I hope so, at least.
In awkward spots trying to play something like the satellite window. We'll have to see how that goes. And it's actually going to be Spiff that gets killed off for an opening pick.
Yep, and then Carnage to take the next shot. Foresight to answer back. Asian to find one. Teddy also getting active, and now into a 3v2 as the Candelas were starting to ring out. And there's the next one, blinding everybody inside, making it incredibly difficult. So the
holy shit, they're actually forcing OT here. I like Asian, but he's not clutching this. He could go up one of the hatches. He probably dies if he goes up Kids Hatch, though, and Armory Hatch is too far away. So, GG's. He's dead either way, I guess. Attic Hatch, maybe. He's dead no matter what, though.
This has been a strangely attacker-sided Oregon, right? We've talked a lot about how Wildcard Races kind of struggle with their attacks. So
Foresight's having a great game. Foresight's playing really well. I think Fens is still playing really well, even though he's been losing the last couple rounds.
The exact opposite.
I think Sentier's been playing pretty well
so far. In this matchup, is neither team.
It's been a fun game. It's been a really fun game.
Together defenses,
I want to see Karn take the dub, though. It's Karn's time. It wouldn't feel right if Karn didn't make it to groups in Tier 2.
That's exactly what we're going to see Karn & Co. attempt here again.
They do get defense started on Oregon. That's huge.
And look to see if they can win it, if they can pull this one out, and then set themselves up for a potential win on the attacking side.
not a bad position to be in. I mean, obviously you don't want to be taken outside of regulation, especially on such an impactful map. But starting out on the defense, starting out down in the basement area, you know, definitely is going to put the pressure onto wildcard aces. How is the roam game going to be thought of here this time, right? We've seen Sentier play in some kind of off positions that netted him a kill one time, but going back to it, definitely got him taken off the board. It is definitely not going to work for a third time. So going to have to see some sort of adaptation. So far,
If wildcard win one more attack, that means that nobody gets the channel points. That means we have deflation. Come on, wildcard. Let's get one. Let's get one here at least.
A lot of buddy rooms here, but that's not what Karnako want to go for, as they're kind of looking to change up the pace they're setting a little bit.
Because they've won 4 now, right? They've won 4 attacks.
Top floor for an extended period of time and setting things up for them. They are going to pressure up backstairs a little bit, which I think is
Here's
kind
what
of
I want. Wildcard win this attack, Karn win round 14, and then Karn win round 15. Karn still 2-0, and wildcard get their one more attack. I get to cause deflation, and Karn and Co still win the game. That's my best case scenario. Upper Decky are playing against Thrive,
taking some of that real estate, now got control,
which is on as soon as this game is over.
Forcing those defenders
I don't believe Fox
out
is
of
back.
That critical push point, just going to allow them to start putting some of the vertical pressure down, start opening up some of these hatches, and allow the Rotero drones to start to dislodge maybe somebody like those Mira, or take care of some of those Goyo canisters that don't have to deal with it so much in the late round. Plenty of area denial here to do it, so it's going to have to be very effective.
Moving the Goyo canister over is kind of nice. Oh, actually, no, it isn't. Because they just stacked both Goyo canisters on top of each other. If they can get a Flores drone down the E-box hatch, they're feeling really good about that. They have 2 more Rotero drones.
As the time ticks
Here comes the
down,
first.
it starts to
Oh, they're
become
sending
more and
it
more
bunker.
powerful, as with the way this bomb site tends to function, the defense can
I
absolutely
mean, they get the shield. That is good
thrive
value.
in
I
5
just
versus
would
5
kind of like to see them get these Goyo canisters. Because I don't know if they have any Twitch drones left. I don't think they do.
It's going to give them a little bit
I guess they
room
could
to
nade
work
it. They
there
don't have
inside
nades.
of blue, and here we go. We're going to start to get ready to see them drop down in.
Yeah, I think the
several
Goyos
people
are
on
still
the
there,
hatch
right?
ready to
I mean, they can
put
push
some
out a
damage
pillar,
onto that
which is
pillar
fine.
area. Thatcher specifically getting his EMPs down in there. Yin Candela's ready to come out.
The EMP there is for the magnets. Not that there are any. I guess it also helps with the Fenrir. Nice, Karn. Wait, I'm cheering against them this round. Well, I'll still be happy for Karn. Pretty simple Oregon basement round. Good play from Karn, though. Good smoke play.
Defense gonna find it.
With all 3 minutes
Rook
for that
rework
round
replaced
to
armor with helmets that make it
finish
2
out
shot
more or less,
headshot.
and that is, I think, kind of the way Carnage Way wanted that round to go there, is they can delay a lot of
I think as
time
long as
to keep
Rook's
all
whole
their
thing
aces
is that he just
out
gives
of
you
the
extra
site.
HP
And
or
then
just
when
gives
they
you extra
actually go for that
survivability,
execute, kind of rely
he's
on
either
the
going to be
top
so
players
strong
and
that he's
guard
permanently
positions
brought
that
or
we
just
have,
like so weak that
as
there's
well
never
as
a
use
reason to bring him.
utility to isolate some people. We saw
I think if
some
you
very,
want
very
Rook
good
to be
use of
like
the smoke
competitively
grenades,
viable but
both
not
on
broken,
backstairs and
you
on
need
that
to just
drop
like
into
fundamentally
box,
change what he's doing.
Which
Which
a
maybe Rook just
significant
needs
amount
to
of
be like the
delay
newbie op, you
for
know?
those players.
I don't think it's a
It means
bad
that
thing if
Wildcard
Rook is
aces
literally
take
just the
proper
operator that like you
crossfires
tell
of
your
their own
bra-
established.
Rook is
This
just the
means
operator
that
that
they
like
have
when
to
your
fight
new
a lot
friend
of
gets into
2v1s
siege and they don't
that
have
they
any of
might
the
not have
ops,
had
you
to
just tell them play
otherwise.
Rook. And at least they're not detrimental.
Back down to the basement. And I love
Maybe
that
that's just Rook's role in the game and that's just going to be
Right,
his
we
role
haven't seen
forever.
it very often here on Oregon, so it's really going to be one of those pace setters. Dictate how quickly you're going to be able to take some of that map space. Now, saw him rotate back down to site.
Secondary
very
shotgun would
early,
help.
Last time that they came down to the bunker, so.
But are you just trying to
hopefully,
make him like a
I'm
generic
thinking
roamer
here this
then?
is one of those
I
win
guess you could do that.
conditions. Hopefully that roam game has some impact for wildcard aces, and it isn't just get back down to site.
He's too
when there's
slow
2
is the
minutes
problem,
left on
though.
the board. We need to see
I guess
some
it
of
doesn't
that
matter as much
engagement.
anymore.
We talked about those early picks being the defining factor here in the match. Well, wildcard, if
Still has
they
the
get
highest
successful
defense win
on
rate.
that roam,
You are right. Of the 2 rounds that he was brought during the Manchester Major, he went 2 for 2. That speaks to me that Rook needs a nerf, if you ask me.
We saw a couple
Balancing
traps
simply
up
by
top,
the
but
data.
Imagine we see some plays in the basement as well. As once you get down to the point where the execute usually happens on this site.
All right, they're betting it all on Sentier, Surf's brother, playing the Blitz. They got Blitz. They got Ying. They got a bunch of can openers. They don't have much destruction, but they don't really need it, to be honest. They want to destroy this shield, and it's pretty well it.
WildCard Aces, they're electing not to get
Capcan here to me is crazy. I get it's a critical moment. It's a very tense round.
For free, but
I just don't see how Capcan is more valuable than something like a Goyo or its Kaid Banshee is. Even like a fucking Tuber or some shit, bro.
So,
like, I just don't see the C4 being that useful. And there's other C4 operators. Mute would be a great choice here. But I digress.
The blitz yet again on the backside. Not going to be trying to attempt the freezer.
It is a good counter to the blitz, I suppose. It's actually if you barricade it, you put that on the bunker door or some shit. Could be a really good counter to the blitz. Maybe he's cooking. Let's give him a sec. Let's let him cook.
So there's the hatch opened up.
The nades might be a bit of a problem.
Here. Little bit of damage onto the Capcan.
He's coming freezer. They probably didn't nade the freezer door. If they have impacts on if they have Capcans on the freezer door, this could actually work. This could be huge. But I don't know if there are actually Capcans there. It's kind of a weird place to put Capcans.
They're pushing up. They got the Warden.
Oh, did they? I couldn't tell.
It's a couple of shots towards the blitz.
No.
Amount to anything yet, and he's gonna have
They'd be on the other side though, I guess, if they're anywhere.
So those special glasses not necessarily being effective anymore. Ash onto the Mira, gonna force it just into a regular barricade wall, and now here's the second bit of the push. Smoke canisters do go out, start to stop.
Is this a front push or a back push? It's a back push. It's a back push, but they have two people pushing front, Ash and Blitz. So Blitz is a distraction here. All Blitz wants to do is pull attention, and he's done that. Karn gets a kill, Spiff gets a kill. Now he's actually in the game. He actually did not distract. I lied. Chad, I fibbed to you. The two front-facing players were the last two alive.
My best friend.
I think the Blitz had to go a little bit earlier, be a little bit more of a distraction, because the three back players just immediately melted.
We're kind of in a little bit of an awkward spot, right? We've seen them not be able to defend anything but the basement so far. They've been struggling with these other.
Because the highest win rate in ranks, that means something? No, it doesn't. Ranked players are horrible.
There is gonna be kind of weird feeling.
Who's winning? Karnico won map 1, and now it's 7-7 on map 2.
WildCard Aces, as they're gonna be saying like, hey, we've taken this.
If WildCard can win this, then no channel points go forward. But we do have to watch map 3 Clubhouse.
Right, this is where we close this map out. This is where we send it to Clubhouse.
7-7, all on the line, and yeah, it's looking like this could favor WildCard pretty heavily. No real adaptation, no real switch up coming out of Karnico. Can stick with some of the standards, and why not? I mean, it's the default map. It's the default strat. It works for a reason. We'll see if they'll be able to capitalize this time. Early pick-wise, where is that going to come from?
WildCard Aces won top floor every attack. That's true. They just need to repeat what they've done. How can Karn and Co. adapt? They're going to play a Valk down below. That is a good strat.
They know that they're going to have to put those drones out. This is maybe a more dedicated or investment to that tower.
So WildCard tried the Capcan. Karn are going to try the Frost Mat. Notably, Karn themselves jumped into a Frost Mat, jumping in big window on this bomb site earlier in this game. So it's very scary to be in this position for Karn and Co.
Carnage is in this position in the top of tower again, which so far they haven't pushed out, and he hasn't had as much impact from that position as I think he would have been hoping so far, as they haven't given him an opportunity to get a pick from that position or tried to push him out yet. We are going to see some pressure being applied to Trophy as well, and a player jumping inside of Armory. So it looks like we're going to see something fairly master-sided.
Create a little bit of the splitting it up here. Ace gonna open up.
Ooh, Asian's in a good spot. I don't think they have anything set up for him, right? Like, there's no Nomad. There will be flank drones probably, but like nobody's watching flank drones at this point. Oh, they know. They found him somehow. I don't know how they knew he was there. He might have shot or done something. Maybe they just checked it. Maybe they droned him earlier. We never know.
They've got the call, so they know that they can be looking for her from the backside.
Karner's also all the way in Big Tower T3. I mean, Sight's relatively weak. If they hit this with Ying right now, they win the round.
Minute 30 seconds left.
Barring a miracle from a shotgun player.
No one's died yet. And we see some utility being expended over towards this massive.
They've got good
side.
damage on both
Pressure
Fens
from
and
the big
Sentier.
window.
Dude, hit
It's got
sight.
a couple
I
players
know they
who
don't like
fall
know full
from, so
information. I
lose
don't
a
think they know
little bit of
Karn is in
HP,
T3.
And Emilio loses all of his
That also
HP,
feels kinda
and that's
bad.
the buck off the board as well. So that vertical pressure.
Oh wait, that's
it's
Asian
not
on the
gonna be
flank.
nearly
Oh,
as
that's
effective.
huge from him.
Right. So 5-4 as we sit the last 60 seconds.
Oh,
Right
Asian's
now,
going
that's gonna be
crazy
Asian trying to
downstairs.
off the board.
Asian's got
Wing to
3
fall,
kills
triple
roaming
kill
bottom
ringing out.
floor.
He's on
We
pace
missed
for
all
the
of them.
ace. They're gonna go ahead and
Unfortunate.
Take him out. The flank was dealt with, but too little. Too
Oh,
late. Now puts it all onto the
GG's. Good
shoulders
try,
of Grim
WildCard.
in a 4v1.
Hey, they fought till the
Individual
end.
votes are going
They
to
fought
be
till the
needed
bitter
here.
end of it.
We heard the phrase, "Do you
We
believe in
don't get
miracles?" Well, it's gonna
deflation.
take one.
It's going to be a
Grim
massive fucking
versus
channel
Bishop,
point
and
payout.
He's gonna be dealt with immediately. GG's.
Isn't even going to get the first one. Spiff's going to take care of that with a well-timed swing, and that is going to be
Congratulations
to the phase
to
3
Kretsu,
of
who
element
bet
3.
250
Monica
channel
is
points and is
falling
about to
just
win
short at
40,000.
2-3. Well done from both of these teams. But at
Insane.
the end of the day, there can only be one victor, and in this case, Carnage has his basketball.
That's right, and you know we kind of expected it. We expected.
Congratulations, Kretsu.
Not as close
That's
as
crazy.
They actually got here on Oregon, but this WildCard started to get warmed up, started to get.
Is the other
used
game
to
over?
some of
I think it
those
is, right?
strats. There was plenty of VOD to review for it, but there was
Yeah.
so much switch up, so much.
Oh, the other game already started. Oh, shit. I didn't realize.
Trying to deny a lot of these map entries.
All right, that's
notably
huge.
On those
Love
hash
that.
Drops. But otherwise, it just feels like they're not really having to work all that hard to deny them. I mean, Thrive, you noticed in that last round particularly, just kept
Quick
getting
2-0-2-0
single
for our
drops
first
down
series
some
of the
hatches,
day
trying
for
to
the
make
A
the
stream
gunfight
and B
happen,
stream.
But they didn't clear any of those positions.
Now we're
using
getting a
utility or
long ass tech pause, which is sick. Oh.
just wait for them to take those gunfights.
Just
It's
for
a
me?
50-50
I show up
favoring
just for me.
Upper
You end
Decky,
up
it feels like. And then they just get
stopping
two
the
clean
tech
round
pause? I
wins in a
appreciate
row.
that.
So Upper Decky not really having to do all that much to actually contest at this point.
All right, we're gonna
in
do
the
a prediction
game so
here,
far
too.
against Thrive. Thrive really need to slow things down. We already talked about it. They're a very aggressive team, but they can be a little bit slower, be a little bit more thoughtful about how they take some map pressure away.
Chat,
from
who
them.
gets more
Because
kills?
Right now, it doesn't feel like they've done much thinking whatsoever.
Who gets the more kills between aim key?
Well, time for Upper Decky to get
Versus who should we do?
When you give Dream
Melted.
time to think about what he wants to play. he'll
Aim
certainly
key or
know
Melted?
what
Who
he
gets
wants
more
to play
kills?
next
I'll give you
round,
2
so he'll end
minutes.
up Back on the Italian defender.
On
or
Cafe
whatever,
only.
I
This
guess,
is
if that was
Thrive's
one
map
of the
pick, but they're
seasons
down
where there were at least
2-0.
two people on the
Aim
same
key has 2 kills through
side
those
of
2-0
the,
rounds,
yeah,
though. Melted
of
has
the
2
game. I
kills.
forgot about that.
Aim key
Anyways,
had an
the male
insane night
Italian
last night.
defender.
Aim key
For
dropped like
reading and
20
mining,
kills against Glow
Nobi
Emoji last night.
for
Just so you know.
mining and mining, rather,
But
as
Melted's a
nobody
good player,
really
too.
Inside this site itself. Dream seems like he'll rotate back, but the idea here is again, heavy emphasis.
Kino
on
tried to spawn
try
peek
hold
with the boss G and he got
above
shit on.
the objective
Deserved.
itself. Problem this time though is that you've lost
What's
the
up, Extra?
opener, and really early on as well. I think Kino was feeling himself a little too much after the run out last
Yeah,
round.
Hyper and
Tries
Fox
to
I think
go
are both
for a
on
little bit of a
vacation, or
small
maybe
kick,
Hyper like for
but
real
just
quit.
gives away a man advantage.
But they're playing with
I mean, he
subs
is
now,
an
so
individual,
Kino
not overall the
and
most
Melted are
impactful
playing instead.
defender that Upper Decky has in their arsenal. There's still a lot of utility operators still left on the board. Most notably Maestro that you've already mentioned for Dream. So Thrive do help themselves out by getting rid of that big heavy roamer in Vigil. They don't have to hunt him down later. So that is going to help out their overall push later in the round, but they need to convert this entry kill. They're one for 2 currently, but they weren't able to convert that first one into a round win. So
They just destroyed one of the
already
Evil
trying to
Eyes, I
put
believe.
Melted
An
into
Evil Eye or a
awkward
Castle
position in the
Barricade. We
middle
actually
of
can't
cocktail
tell.
near Maestro corner is going to be their next priority about clearing this rest of this top floor and getting down to a position where they can open up this bomb site.
Well, Dexter's almost had his head opened up, and close call there.
Monty not banned on Cafe. Expect to see a lot of Monty this game.
Without really anywhere to go other than walking through stock room, but
It's very good clearing the White Hall. He's done his job as of now. That makes the lives of these cocktail players very difficult, but if Melted jumps out, that'll do well. You still have time to pick Melted to win. It's up 3-2, but you never know how this round ends.
Building comes out for Melted, never actually going to get traded. Straight 4-on-4, as the good trade of that opening pick back from the castle will again leave us at that even man count. And now, time for Thrive to try and work upstairs and see what pressure they can put on the bomb side.
Well, now Thrive have complete top floor control, like you said, but they only have a minute to do so, and they don't have a lot of things to actually open up this floor. So they're not entirely sure how reading is fully kind of safe for them to actually move down. You're going to have to rely upon Skunky to move on forward, clear these positions, and gain some intel for his team. His last 40 seconds is going to be very pivotal to see if they can even get to a position.
I think this is good for
Dream on the Maestro, but Benji.
I was definitely not about to say Thrive. I think this is very good
So
for
far, the
Upper
only kill
Decky.
that Thrive have gotten this round is
That
the
was a
big
nasty
spawn
kill.
from
What the
Kino.
fuck?
It feels like he kind of gave them that opportunity rather than them really earning that frag.
They
Since
still
they've
have a
gone
Monty
inside
in
and tried
train.
to
Like, they're
earn
still
some
in a good
space,
spot
earn some
overall.
ground, earn some kills. They have done
They can get this
absolutely
dining push
nothing
down.
like that. As Dream now caught
Oh,
inside a
oh,
train.
oh, Dream is in
Problem
hell.
though, that Skunky
Dream is in
moved the
hell.
case way too far
Melt is
away
in
from his
heaven,
teammates,
apparently.
And Melton's just killed one of them. The other
Dude,
one,
Dream just played that
Moses,
so
left on the
well.
train. Hatch
Holy
tries
shit.
to get one, but can't even do that. Traded out by Dexter.
Somehow, they managed to just, like,
Wow,
absolutely collapse on this
really
Monty.
not
Despite
thriving
having
on that.
literally
They
great
thought they
cover all
wanted
over
to
the
go to
place.
the
Melted,
most
I guess,
upper
pops
decky.
off.
Flawless quarter to start us off.
Extra. This is why you're
In
never going to
just
be mod.
comparison to their blacklisted game where they started off on that 5-1 half, they looked so much better. They looked like they had a clear idea about how to take a lot of these map pressure away from the defense, but just that first 3 rounds did not look like they had a clear idea at all. They have an idea of where they want to end up on, but then they don't have a clear idea on where they actually want to take away pressure for Upper Decky. Upper Decky just kind of seemingly able to sit in some of these power positions completely uncontested until like the last 40 seconds of the round. Then they finally get into gunfights and Thrive lose every single one of them because guess what? You didn't do anything to actually clear those positions. So Thrive on their own defensive half are going to have to respond
All right.
yearly as well with their own 3-3 half, or at least get 2 if they want to make this first half at least semi-decent.
It's a slur. You
Well,
shouldn't say
fortunately,
it.
they'll get the chance to start off the bomb site they like most. So maybe this could be what they need to get back into this game, right? Because if you
I don't know
get
if I'd go as
3
far
on
as say it's like
attacks,
a
then you go to your
slur,
favorite bomb
but
site on
it's
the map that, again, you wanted to
not
go
a term
to,
you can use.
which is to say
All
that
right.
if it's your favorite site on the map that you wanted to go to, you should probably do pretty well on it. You lose that, I feel like the map's getting away from you, and we're only 4 rounds in. So this is a must-win round for Thrive, at least given the way that I'm looking at it. Be very important if they lost it, and even if they won it, you know, it's only really one step.
As
on
with
a long
every-
journey to getting back into this game. Their favorite objective of theirs is going to be reading and dining. So they'll move down to the 2nd floor.
As with
Much
every
like Upper Deck, they'll
insult
extend
that is
pretty
specific
far
to a
up the
group
top,
of
albeit
people,
a little bit more
I can't
structured.
prove
Like
who
we
you
saw
are
Nick
over the
maybe
internet,
having
so
Kino
nobody's allowed
walk
to
over
say
a
'em.
Piano or cigar shop and just try and loosely take some gunfights.
Don't
over
worry
the
about it.
C4. This time it's Thrive mostly setting some
Reading room
boundaries,
up
and they're gonna try and
next.
force Upper Decky to puncture them.
3 players playing top
Versus a
floor,
heavy
and then
presence by
Anki
Upper
Skunky
Decky to
playing
just
down
take
below.
from the piano
0
side
attacks on
in
Cafe
this
does
overall
not
attack
feel
to
great.
Try to clear out this top floor. which is
Does
pretty
not
default.
feel
With
great.
The overall operator lineup they have, they can do a lot of damage, most notably to these mirror windows, which are going to be the biggest blockers to them actually making good forward progress, most notably on this bathroom and over back towards freezer wall. Now they've already forced Candle all the way back to pallets, so good.
But it is
good
the
start to
defender
round
side of
to
map.
make him have
The
to fall
problem
back
is they have
so
Monty
early on.
up.
It nearly gets a good pick on
And
Skunky,
Kino,
but he is able to
despite
get
the
away
memes,
for
is a
just the
nasty
time being.
multiplayer.
Yeah, really for just
Dream's
the
not
time
bad
being, as he
either.
was tucked into the
So they have a
corner.
couple
Fortunately,
options on how they want to
he
play
had
this
a
Monty.
rotate hole pressure
Kino
there.
is a better
He
Monty
ran
than
the
Dream, though.
rotate hole, given there's a double door right next door, but you know what? It works out. Oh, but it hasn't worked
This
out
might
for
be a
long, as he's
7-0.
been knocked out in the middle of his own bomb site,
I feel like Thrive are
and his
nervous.
teammate Candle has died. Dexter tries
I
to
feel like
get
they're
the
not playing
flip
like themselves.
onto that one player sitting in one
Like, these aren't
wall
even
who's now
gunfights they're
falling
losing. These are
off.
just, like, unfortunate places to
Doesn't
go
quite
down.
get it, but even still, pretty solid advantage for Upper Deck, you know, all the same. Even if they can't get the finish on the Skunky, that one player advantage and another one left at just 20 health. Not something you could be disappointed about by this point in the round.
Moses may have an opportunity to still flank around through mining and train later in the round if Upper Decky aren't careful about this. But
That was a
they
good little
don't.
Ash
They
play.
keep taking a
The
point.
Ash pops it
All
off, and then
Thrive's
Kino
defense
pushes
up
up.
top.
That's good
Now,
coordination
Moses
for
has
2
been
players that have
discovered
never
actually
played
with
together
zero
before, like, this
HP.
week.
So he's having to fall all the way back to the close.
That's just the
ranks
Pro
of his
League
team.
difference, though.
But they're rooting out so much map space to actually pressure Upper Decky at this point.
They're really running out of it. Pushed back to the back lines of this defense. Stuck inside their own bomb site. Thrive are going to have to start pushing back pretty soon. It's Skunky trying to do that on the white stairs. Might get
They got to
caught
make
by
some
upside
kind of a
down repel,
move.
though.
This is a really bad swing from
So there's
Skunky.
just one player waiting right
But,
there.
like, it's better than
Melted.
that.
Benji's elsewhere towards
Inky has
Picking up
no
on the
option to
AMP
escape.
and
They
trying
know
to
he's
take
there on
space right
drone.
outside the objective. And as this happens, his teammates, well, moving in with him.
This
but
might be
he
a
doesn't really
short
seem
fucking
prepared.
stream,
Wants all the
chat.
kills for himself.
This might be
He's
a
gonna get
really
one.
short stream.
And Upper Decky get one more round. A flawless attack on the primary bomb site for Thrive.
I mean, just correct me if I'm
I mean,
wrong,
Beastco's
but
starting
it
going
felt
down
like
0-3
Thrive,
regardless
after
was
Candle
very
initially fell
poetic
back
to
and
turn
then
that into a
Moses
major
got
win.
swatted out, trying to
Close the
beat
prediction.
just overall in secret, just kind of felt like Thrive were being very desperate in their
We'll
overall
close
position,
it
trying
out,
to take
but
very
I
aggressive
probably
positions to
can.
try to find any kills. But Upper Decky set their cutoff so well throughout that entire round that just felt like they didn't really have to do much of anything. They just have to watch for those swings, watch for those moments where Thrive tried
Dream
to get
is
back into
rocking
the
the
round by taking
Xset
some
player
pressure
card
away from
background.
themselves. But Thrive never gave themselves an opportunity to
Chat?
take an actual
Do we read
gunfight
into this
against
more
Upper
than we
Decky.
should?
Just felt like Upper Decky forced them back, forcing them into awkward positions that we were wanting to see Thrive do on their own attacks, but just never happened.
Kino on the Monty. All right. Now, Kino, I stand by that Kino is a good Monty player. I say that on record. I've said it before. I'll say it again. But
They seem like they were having a hard time
he
adapting
has
to the
been
round,
known
given that the round
patrol.
ended.
So, Kino,
They don't
I
have any
need you
more
here.
ideas
I
as to
need
how
you
to
here
attack that site,
to
so
not
they
troll
choose
this
to move
Monty
down to the
pick.
first floor. We've officially
Push Bakery
already
like a
seen
good
every
boy.
single bomb site
They're going to
on
go
this
top
map.
down. All right, that's fine.
We're only 5 rounds
Drop
in, so
freezer.
only one repeat through.
Get deep into
And we've
the
seen all
bomb
the
site,
others
plant the
exactly
defuse
one
kit, do what
time.
you have to
That
do.
repeat being, of course, Thrive's first bomb site of the reading room dining one, but they'll be the first ones to go to the first floor, as Upper Decky didn't ever really give it a solid try. And so,
Prove
with a
the haters
pretty solid
wrong,
presence
Kino,
on that first floor, not too
please.
much upstairs,
And
it's much
prove
more
me right in the
horizontally
process.
focused hold
He might be starting by
from
trying to clear
Thrive.
VIP.
They're letting them have that vertical pressure. but
This is
given
really
there's
smart.
both the buck
Kino
and
knows
the
he's
ram in
useless
the
on the top
picture
2 floors
for
because
Upper Decky.
Thrive aren't
While it may
roaming.
not be the right
So
decision,
Kino's
it
like,
seems
fuck it,
Aiden
I don't need to
recognizes
roam
he's
clear.
trying to take a fight up the red stairs, but he just
Dream's
gets
got that
marked
covered.
for it. Dream on the
Let me go
entry
work
with
VIP
an
real quick.
M590 on Deimos.
And he doesn't need to commit to
Open
fighting
this up,
VIP
and
because if
Upper
he
Decky's
does that,
favored
somebody can
again.
enter freezer and shoot him in the back.
Just
But
absolutely slams
just
into
opening
town,
with the
trying
can
to be a
openers,
little
causing
bit
that
more
pressure.
aggressive on those red stairs,
he can
trying
then
to
like
put some
walk
pressure
up
onto
white
that top
later,
floor
or
roam, but is
otherwise
getting
get into
immediately shut down. Dexter finds
get
another
into
one
dining
onto
for the
Twist.
drop.
That's a lesion that could have helped slow down Upper Decky's pace in this round. So now at this point, Upper Decky don't need to really rush anything.
Upper
They
Decky
just
needs to
need
say
clear
fuck
out
it.
some more of these positions. Dream
At some
nearly
point in
finds
this
a
map,
second one.
ideally last
Does
round, but
find it, then
you know,
Moses shuts him down
better
with a
late
trade.
than never. At
There's
some
only two
point,
people left at this point.
Thrive need to literally just say fuck it. We're spawn
They've gotta play
peeking,
into
we're
it.
running out,
Montaigne
we're
as
swinging
well.
everything. We
Really
just need to
solid
ego these
Thrive
players.
still. We've got to play into them.
Because they're like, they're not doing
It's gonna be
anything
even
together.
more annoying. It's such a
They're
big
taking,
disadvantage.
like, they are taking early fights, but they're very
Has enough
scared
manpower
fights.
to
Like,
put
they're just
somebody behind
bad.
the Montaigne and then have an
They're taking the
active
fights
gun
when Upper
behind
Decky are already in
information
strong
gathering
positions,
operator.
right?
And
And then
also,
they're
the
like
active gun's
waiting, they're trying to be
already won
sneaky, but
3
they're
of the
always
first
on a
4
drone.
engagements of the entire round.
I need to see
Without
Thrive
having
just
the
like
Monty
spawn
assist
peek
them,
or
so
just
that is
like
a
pop off
scary
and just do something
possibility
super aggro
for
early in the
Thrive.
round.
Handel still trying to hold his
Because
ground, even
respecting
Moses
Upper Decky and then
super
late
close
round
by,
trying to
although
salvage
he's
it by like doing
relatively
these
close
weird
hit by
little
Whiskey, but
swings
the Monty's still
is
gonna
not
run
working
up
for
on him
them.
anyways. The Fenrir mind is going to be good enough of an aid to get Moses 1 kill, but he'll run back into the bomb site, trying to get something to go. I've actually lost 2 in the time being. I genuinely don't know when that other kill happened, but I do know that it's made it a little bit more winnable for Moses.
Good
trying
try.
to come through when the
Good
right
try from
time with
Moses.
the
I
flag.
would have actually popped the fuck
Melton
off if he'd
has
won that,
his
but
number and has the info that he needed to make that
oh
another
boy.
round. 5
Honestly,
in
the
a row
Monty
to
player from
start
Kino there was
for
not
Upper
even
Decky.
great.
I mean, just
Kino
because
didn't do anything on the
Upper
Monty
Decky's
really.
overall
He kind of just
vision
died
on where
to a couple
Thrive is at all
players.
times is just
So
so on point. I mean,
not
even
ideal.
that one moment where all of a sudden the Fenrir swinging.
I
out
do
from
feel
white
so bad for
area
Amkey and the rest
onto
of
the
Thrive.
whiskey bar, it was perfectly read.
Like,
I mean, just
Thrive's
the fact
previous
that they
game
turned around
ended,
and
what?
spotted him out going for that pre-fire. Just gives
15
the
hours
idea that
ago?
Upper Decky may just already be putting
The
drones
last
into such
BO3
key
Thrive
positions
played
that
ended
they know
15
exactly
hours ago,
where
if my
Thrive's
math
weak
is
points
correct.
are,
Because it
just
ended
hitting
at,
as hard as they
no,
can
I
with
think
Kino on
actually
the Monty.
17
I mean,
hours
Wardle
ago
stood
or some
no
shit.
chance in that round. He was just
But it's still like they had to
so
play
as
so
Kino
late
got
last
up
night.
into his face
Amkey
and
didn't
sprinted
sleep
out with
a
the shield.
wink
Moses
last night.
does his best to try to
Like,
trade
they're
it
not
out with
playing at
2
their
kills.
best.
That's when that second collab. Wait, no, you missed.
Amkey was in
It was
chat. He
kind of a
told us
quick
he hadn't
carry, and
slept.
it was very easily missed, but still, Thrive are just
No, he didn't go to
floundering
sleep at
for any
all.
chance to win a round. I mean, they're threatening a point where they could either go.
I think
down
Thrive
0-6
are playing
or
kind of
maybe
ass.
pick
I
up
think
one
they're better
round,
than
but
this.
Honestly, I'm not really thrilled about their chances of even winning
yeah.
a single one on this half.
Yeah, I mean, so far the whole team.
This push would be
other
better if
than
Monty was
Moses,
Osa.
has
Absolutely
5
not.
kills combined. Moses also has 5.
Certainly
kills.
not with the way
2
he
of them
played
came
it.
in that last round, which
You can
pulled
make
him
the argument if it was going to be a freezer drop, but you'd
pretty
still be
much
wrong.
uninfluential. Might have even had a third in that round as well, though I didn't know who got the first one in that round for Thrive. Because Upper Decky. Important thing.
This is
here
what I
notice
wanted to
is
see.
they
This is
got
what I
the first
asked
one,
for.
and then they kept
Candle
getting
immediately
more
jumps
of them,
out. Didn't
which
find
has kind of
anything,
been a little bit of a
admittedly.
trend, though. Thrive
So,
won 2 openers.
you know.
Upper Decky responding much more quickly.
Doesn't really
after
matter,
they lose
but like,
an opener.
do that
They
again.
lost,
Like,
you know,
keep
very
pulling this
early
shit.
on to
Don't
a small
stop.
lead, but eventually
Don't stop
they
just because you
got
didn't
that
get a kill the
response
first time.
back in the first engagement that took place inside the building. And then other than that, they've been winning their opening fights, aside from round number 1, which again, they responded to right after, as it was a 5-on-4. Dream soon made it a 4-on-3. So the key for Thrive, either respond if you don't start the
Kino
one
gonna
off
rat
so
up
well,
white on the
or
buck?
just
Oh
get
yeah.
the early
This-
fight to
oh,
go your
I think he
way.
saw his
They
laser.
seem to have some
I'm pretty sure he
information
saw
on
his
Kino
laser
trying
there.
to creep up white stairs, so that makes it a little bit more promising in terms
Chat,
of
don't
how
forget
they
about your
could
laser
win
sight.
that first fight
I
of the
know
round,
you
but
think it gets
nothing
you a
really
free
comes
little
up. And so we remain
improv on
in
the
5-on-5.
speed. But don't take it from me, take it from Gunner. Laser is not worth it. You don't scope in that much quicker. You don't ADS that much quicker. And it does get you killed. Even though you don't think it does, your fucking laser beam is getting you killed.
Right now, Thrive,
Or it's at least
very
costing
spread
you
out
opportunities,
themselves,
as it just
kind of
did for Kino.
isolating themselves across the map. This may be Upper Decky's overall idea. Get them so spread thin that they can't really support each other when that first gunfight happens. Candle, though, opens up another one onto Benji Mula. So that's going to be a good one to shut down, and Candle does
Let's
find
go.
another one.
Let's go,
Gets himself a
Candle.
double, but nearly dies, but is going to be able to stim himself back.
Yeah, nearly dying on a dock, really not going to make too much of a difference, as he'll end up
Huge
with
that he's
even
on
more
dock
HP
there,
than
too.
He started the round off with.
He'd be fucked if he was on a rook.
Somehow, Upper Decky, in spite
He
of
wouldn't.
all
He'd
their
be in
success early
a similar
on, for the
position.
First time all game.
Candle!
lose the opening
Oh my
part of the
god.
round in dominant fashion.
Candle
As
decided,
we said
fuck it,
before,
we're gonna let him hang.
tough to imagine
Now, they
Thrive
decided to
winning
let him hang a
single
little
round
bit
on the
fucking
map.
late
Now
in
the
this
first
game,
5 had
which is
gone.
unfortunate.
Candle shuts us up real
But we'll
quickly.
see. I mean,
Makes it a
every
5-on-2
comeback starts
in his
somewhere.
own team's favor. It's just Dream and Melted. You could possibly do anything about it now, and Melted on the red stairs is doing his most. Dream with one more as well, so it's not done quite yet.
Easy
Candle
Beast
gets
Coast
to a
Mickey
quad,
Mouse scheduling for
and
the
now
NA
he's looking
finals.
For the ace, already even able to even
That
up his
was bad,
scoreline
Garlic Bread,
with Moses.
but that was only
As
due
they're both
to
at 5
that
kills
was an
now, they
adjustment,
can
right?
fight over who gets the
That
last
wasn't
one.
the
Maybe
original
Skunky
schedule.
will
They
stay
had
out
to
around the
change the
corner. It is
schedule last
Skunky
minute due
who
to
makes sure that they'll stay tied as
server
the round
issues.
closes, and that they
This,
will not
the
stay
schedule for
without
Element
a
3,
round
there were no
win
problems. Like,
that
that's just
first
what the
half.
schedule
But, yeah,
was.
only one round, but at least
I
they
guess there
saw.
were some delays,
It's
but
something, but I do just still kind of worry considering that Candle was the only one who got a majority of those kills in that round, nearly got himself an ace. But I mean, you're relying upon one player to get you all
is
those kills.
Hollow as
in
good as
the round.
before
That's
the
not
optic
necessarily
changes?
a
I think
great
for
sign that you're
scopes, it's
still
all personal
really
preference.
dominating a lot of your rounds. You're just kind of relying upon hero plays. That's never a good
This is
thing.
Thrive's
You
map
don't
pick.
want to rely on those heroes plays. You want to rely
Unfortunately.
upon the team play to get
What's
you
up, Lunar?
across the finishing line. So,
You're acting like we play in higher
yes,
than
it's
gold
something,
lobbies.
but they'll have to translate that
Even
into
bad
more
players,
round wins.
I don't know.
They've
Maybe you're
been on
right.
the opposite
Maybe
end
if you're
of
playing
this
in like
where
fucking
they
gold
were
and
up
silver,
5-1 themselves and then
laser
lost
isn't
6
that big of
rounds.
a
So they
deal,
could
but
do the same exact thing to Upper Decky right now. So win 7 rounds in a row, still win this.
with
in
the way
regulation,
siege ranks work
but
now,
Upper
you
Deck
never know what
just
type of
so
player you're
far
getting.
looking so much
You
more
could get like a
dominant. That last
10,000 hour
round
player
was a
in
very good
silver who
exception
just
to
like
that rule.
hasn't played in a while,
Otherwise, just
and
kind
then
of
you can
just
get an
still worry
absolute
about
dog shit
Thrive's
player in
chances.
plat. Like it doesn't matter.
And on this very map, just yesterday as well, when they were on the other side of the coin in terms of being up 5-1 at the half and losing several in a row. You may think that that's less likely to happen given the new quarter system.
You faced
opposed to
Kixro?
6,
Did you
6
win?
halves. But it just really makes it even more special that a team was able to do that. So Blacklisted, I believe, won theirs in regulation. If not, they needed OT.
You
but they
popped
still-
off.
no,
You've been
they
climbing
won
back up there.
7-5,
You've
so-
been climbing
Yeah.
back up there.
They won it out solidly in regulation. Obviously not the expectation for Thrive, but that's kind of the morale booster of a round that you needed at this point to show that it wasn't just Moses showing up today in terms of the kills. And you kind of really need to get it started on this map, right? Because if there's a map you're kind of scared of taking Upper Decky to, it's a map
You played
that
a
just
5-stack
won
of
on
champs in
7-0
Emerald.
literally yesterday.
Yeah.
A map that they're just
Siege's
very
ranked is not
comfortable
great.
on. They've only lost
Like the
one
system
map
of it.
against Fluffy Ambers that we've already highlighted earlier, so it's not necessarily the greatest chances for them if they don't get warmed up here. At least get a couple more rounds, make this at least either a 4-7 loss, make it towards a tighter map overall. That's going to be Thrive's best chance that they don't make a huge comeback in this map overall. right now, they need to make sure that upper decky don't feel too comfortable. They can just shut them down on any aggressive plays that they might go for as that confidence kind of builds itself up. So this round is going to be very pivotal for Thrive to prevent them from going to match point.
Yeah, it's
and
kind of
making sure
meaningless,
that
your rank right now.
don't gain that confidence even more.
Thrive may be playing a lot of ranked pretty soon. If they do not win this series, they are out of the tournament.
Not really going about it what they did in round number 1. That is the attack of this.
They're running a castle mute
when
strat.
They went towards Cocktail, played off the windows, and tried really hard.
Interesting
to
that they
play around
castled
Rappel,
this door
around
right
some
here.
green bees,
From,
flashbangs,
cigar to
and
top red.
candelas. This time around, they are going about it a little bit more defensive.
Because, like,
Both
in
the
theory, that's
Zoe
what you
and
want to fight,
the
right?
Ash,
If
along
you're the
with
mute, you want to
Thrive,
actually
all of
attack
whom
that.
can
I guess
help
it just
break
wastes a
some of
bit
those
more
castle
time.
barricades and
But
disrupt
there's a
the
lot
movement
of good castle
defenders
spots on this bomb
trying to
site.
play
I'm surprised they wanted to
whatever
waste one on that
util they
doorway.
may have in store. Kino still alive inside
It's
his
closed
cell.
now, and a
Big
zombie's
push
banned, so they're not
forward,
patching
and
that back
Candle
up.
with a long-range
Dexter
shot
down
on Dexter.
early. They know exactly where this mute is. Mute is in hell.
He can continue to watch
Ooh,
this rotate
he
away,
fights
but
his way
Kino,
out. He does
basically
get traded.
full-flashed, is somehow
Nothing he could have
slipping
done
to
there.
get
I mean, he was
kill.
just reloading the
Onto
SMG.
Anki, though, good trade back for Moses, and another one for Candle. Means a two-player
Dude,
advantage for Thrive.
was Candle not 1 in 5 at
Candle
one point?
locking
Has he gotten
down that long
6
angle
kills in the
bomb.
last 2 rounds?
Piano window is
This
making
guy's
sure
fucking
that upper decky
ridiculous.
can't be that aggressive